Jim, are you ready with your junk card break?
What's going on, everybody? And welcome to another live Wednesday episode of.
Jim,
This is like your
Junk card
version
break.
of Sega!
Take a cigar.
What's up, fellas?
You know,
I
another week.
I think the three of us had some pretty good stuff come in the mail this week, or
Yeah.
we all got some pretty decent stuff.
Yeah, this is my biggest week in a while.
Yeah.
And
Well,
by
I'm
while-
expecting some good stuff soon.
You still got more stuff going?
Yeah, I have what I got yesterday.
Well, do you want to start with the trailer that we all saw today?
Oh my gosh!
What? I didn't get to see the trailer.
What?
What trailer?
Why didn't you watch the trailer?
Did you really not?
No, I did not see it.
Well, let's
sent
watch
you
it.
the trailer
Let's
on
watch it
Instagram.
right now.
Wait, Jim, you sent me the trailer?
Yeah, I sent you the trailer. I sent you, Chris, and Dolph the trailer.
Let's see. We'll do a share screen and we'll do the trailer.
What vehicle did you send this trailer to me in?
On Instagram.
I didn't get your message.
What?
Yeah, I don't have
Oh,
any.
sorry. The music's playing.
What's
I
that?
don't have any.
I don't hear anything. All right.
Oh, the trailer's awesome.
The trailer's awesome. We're gonna watch it right now.
This is Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah.
Does it actually
Zoom.
commit to a time?
What's
Like
that?
a date? Does it commit to a date and time when it's dropping?
May 25th.
Yeah.
Whoa, Jim, it's like a late birthday present for you.
Or an early one for Mom.
And
Can you
Griffin.
see?
Yes.
All right.
I didn't
Pretty
I
solid.
didn't hear the Darth Vader breathe at the end.
Yeah, I heard it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Was
Yeah, I
that
didn't
was
hear
that
that
your
the first time either?
Dolph? Was that your homeboy, the Grand Inquisitor? It's all the double-sided.
Certainly was.
saber.
That looks like a pretty good investment a couple of weeks ago. Yeah.
Now, who would the girl Inquisitor be? Would that be the second
she's
sister?
new. Her name is Reva.
Okay.
So she's not in a book or anything. She's brand new. Yeah. So not hunting her down. I already looked. Grand Inquisitor, of course, is he's got a few books. Check out Key Collector for those. He's got a first appearance, he's got a first cameo, and he's got a first cover appearance, I think. Well, the first cover is first full.
Yeah, and his first cameo is the Kanan book.
Is the Kanan book, yeah. Yep.
Man, it really sucks too because that one that you just got off, I was looking at like 5 months ago, and it was going for like
40
$25 bucks,
Yeah.
$20, and I was like, ah, and I think I bid on it, and I got outbid like the last 30 seconds. I was like, it wasn't meant to be.
That one guy who's leading the patrol of stormtroopers reminds me of Hondo, but it's not going to be Hondo.
I love
That's
that Joel. I love that Joel Edgerton came back.
Yeah. As Uncle.
Shut up! God, our freaking cat.
Wow, Jimmy.
Man, she just sits there and she just makes noise.
Just wants your attention.
No, she does not.
Dolph, you know that
She
cat.
doesn't care.
You know that cat's full of hate.
Yeah,
It's-
she doesn't. She hates everybody.
Oh no, that cat's evil.
That cat has actually sat on my knee one time, and it petrified me. I didn't know. I didn't know what to do.
Yeah, I can see that. Yep. That cat has
Look,
this
she,
special
she's
sauce
walking.
to make my lungs stop working.
she's walking circles behind Jim over
Yep.
there.
This is
Like-
completely out of order for what we do here on the show, but since we just played the trailer, I did get this in the mail today.
Oh yeah,
I got
that's
my
a good one.
Dr. Afra, the
The Skywalker Obi-Wan.
greatest moments variant, 9 of 36.
Yeah.
Is that Adam
30
Hughes?
Yeah,
Oh, that
That's
is an
cool.
Adam Hughes.
Yep.
Nice.
that's why I got it.
That's cool.
Very good.
Love that fire though.
I'm tired already. Wow, we just started. I told Chris we'll probably be on past 10:30, 11 if he was home and he wanted to jump on, but who knows at this rate? I'm exhausted.
So what do we want to start with? We want to start with
Let's start with the top 10 because I feel like we're gonna go at length about what we got. So let's start with the Key Collector top 10 and see if these are healthy investments or you should just ignore them.
Yeah, I mean,
I did
don't
not
know.
look at it again, so it'll be a surprise.
All right.
So what's number 10?
Hold on.
You're not prepared?
I actually gotta find it this week.
Really?
This week. There we go.
We never do get into the runners up too, and there are some pretty interesting books in there sometimes, but I just stick to the hot 10.
Oops. Oh, there we go. This is actually really funny because number 10 is a book that I got coverless this past week.
Oh, the Riddler book?
Yep.
Yeah.
So number 10 is Batman 171. First appearance of Riddler in the Silver Age.
Yeah.
If folks are interested about what it looks like without a front cover, I can show you real quick.
Is the tornadoes like redundant?
Yes, the tornado still
That's good.
the tornado still appears.
So it's basically the cover repeated, which is kind of
Yeah.
cool.
Yes, exactly. So little different swinging action. Batman is punching instead of running on the cover, but the tornado's still going.
And you have that available as a buy it now on your
on
website?
eBay. Yep, yep. It's on
You
eBay
wanna-
right now.
You want to give them a
Coverless.
shout out? What your eBay store is?
To be perfectly honest, my eBay store is a character string because I have not changed the name of it.
I noticed that. I couldn't make any sense of it.
Yeah, so I do need to change that. I need to get it registered as a business account. So
Okay.
currently, if you search Batman 171,
Yeah.
no front cover.
Especially if you look for the Peacemaker one, you will find there aren't many listed, so you will find Jason there too.
Hey, don't blow it. Don't blow it.
We'll show it.
This is actually pretty great page quality too. The interesting thing is I don't know how exactly how the cover pulled off because the staples are super clean and super tight on this book. So
Yeah.
it's interesting, and there's no not hide nor hair of where the cover was attached to those staples. So it
Well,
might
that-
have been a return
That could have been a return.
back in the '60s. So
Yep.
So moving on.
Moving on.
What do we think?
Oh,
Safe bet.
I mean,
Safe investment.
it's right now it's at its height. I would definitely
Sure.
wait until Batman's been out for a while to get one if you want to get one, but yeah, it's a safe bet.
Interesting. Interesting that that the Riddler that we saw is nothing like
No.
this.
It's more
this
like the
Riddler.
Gershon 66 Batman Riddler. That's actually really close to
So okay.
Gershon.
So
Gorshin.
Frank Gorshin.
Gorshin.
Yeah.
All right.
number
nine.
10, number 9 is Daredevil 168.
It's also a good buy.
Didn't somebody just get that?
Might have just got that.
So, obviously super hype around Elektra right now.
Yeah.
Um,
I think Charlie Cox said he wants to play. He also wants to play with Bullseye some more. So, and Bullseye only got used in the 3rd season, so I think you'll be seeing a lot of both of them. Elektra
Any
just kind of got
casting?
stuffed in a pot in season 2, and you never saw her again, right? Or is that in 3? Like Elektra ended up in a pot, and then that was it.
who was Elektra?
I don't remember who the actress was, but
She's in a new series now.
yeah, she appeared in
The Nurse.
season
is the
2.
series now.
Oh, that's right. I knew I recognized her.
She also played.
I'm
she
watching.
Also,
That's
this came
not
across
the
my desk the
not
other
the
day.
nurse, the cleaning lady.
The cleaning lady. That's what it is. Yeah.
Because I'm currently
Oh.
watching it. It's pretty good.
I
She
was
she
watching,
was Elektra.
I was watching A Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, the David Fincher version,
Yeah.
and the girl that Lisbeth picks up at the bar is her too.
Really? Well, she must have been
Yeah,
young then.
yeah.
Huh. Yeah, so, right, the girl from Cleaning Lady played Electra. Damn.
So newsstand editions this week. This is interesting, and you'll probably see some price correction on this. So newsstand editions this week, a 9.6 sold for $1,600.
A
But
newsstand of that book?
that book, yep, and an 8.0 sold for just 392. So if we don't, I'm we're going to see some movement, but in those grades, I think there's a lot of obviously there's a 4x between the 8.0 and the 9.6,
80
which
newsstand?
8.0 newsstand. Yep.
What does the direct look like?
The direct this week a 7.5 sold for $345.
And what does the direct barcode look like?
It's a Spidey head.
Spidey head.
Yep.
Yeah, mine's a newsstand.
Man, we're going to do pretty good on this hot 10 this week. So number 8 is not a cheap book,
No.
but
One of us got one?
one of us that is not a Huber owns this book. So it is Fantastic Four number 5.
Yes.
Obviously, first appearance of Doctor Doom. Uh,
Yeah,
the book.
yeah, mine is, we've said before, mine is missing the Hulk advertisement, and it is a blue label, but it's a .5.
So a point five. How much do you think a point five sold this week for?
I bought mine for $400.
Well, Duff, I can say it's now one of your most valuable books. A
Really?
point five this week sold for $5,180.
What?
A
Really?
nine two this week sold for what? What do we think, boys? A
Oh,
nine
a
two
nine
sold this
two?
week.
I'd say probably north of 159,000.
Yeah, I would say 200,000.
Jimmy's very close.
Did he look already?
$160,111.
$160,000. Wow.
Yep. Interesting enough, I invested 2 shares on Rally of this book in a 9.2 or a 9.4. So
Yeah.
it is like tripled. It's tripled basically since I invested.
I still got to take a look at that. I am interested, both that and the sports cards. I am interested in that.
Yeah,
It seems like,
I think I got in at 80,000, and it was $8 a share.
do the shares go fast though?
Pardon me?
Do the shares go fast? Like if there was a Hulk 181 and a 96, like would the shares like disappear like immediately?
So it's essentially they kind of when they secure the asset, they
Hmm.
essentially do an IPO.
Right. Yeah. But
And
so do they limit a person and how much they can invest in it, or
I don't believe so. No, I
so
don't. I
somebody
don't believe
technically
it's
could buy 100% of the shares if they got in quick?
correct. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
Interesting.
So big book. I just think it's crazy the gains they're seeing in that book without any actual announcement.
Yeah, I know.
Um,
And that's why I keep saying Doom, Galactus, and Silver Surfer are your best investments right now, because these are like the biggest characters in the Marvel Universe that have yet to be in the movies. You cannot go wrong with them right now. In fact, they're going to see a double. They're going to double soon.
yeah. So,
So if you can
um,
get one, get one.
well, we'll see. TBD, right?
TBD.
TBD on this video.
TBD.
To that
All right,
or
that
TBD.
was 8.
That was number 8. Yep.
Doom.
Number 7, another swing and miss for the Huber brothers. Another single for Dolph. It
Let's
is
just be
amazing.
honest. None of my comics will ever be in the top 10.
That's not
Many of
true.
these things.
That's not
Yeah,
true.
you own an Amazing Spider-Man 300.
Yeah, you
so
really
that
do.
would be the top 10 on a regular
It
basis.
hasn't been the hot 10 in a while.
No, it hasn't.
Um, Amazing Spider-Man 101 is
The
number
Morbius,
7
yeah.
on top 10. You just got yours back last week,
but
right?
yeah. What was mine? A 3.5 or a 4.5? It was I think it was 4.5.
I think it was a 4.5.
I'm
So
happy
this
with it.
This one's on this week because there were record breakers in
I
three
honestly,
grades.
I think this is not a buy. This is a sell.
I think so too. I mean, I guess we'll have to see on what how the movie's actually received, right?
I think
Um,
there's enough people that are anti Leto. I'm not a big Leto fan. I also, this is a 100% Sony property, so I think it won't be of the same quality that we're used to. It'll be more like
yeah.
a Venom than it will be like a Spider Man. I
Jimmy, what do you
just
think? You're not a Leto hater. You're
Not
pretty
a
pro.
little hater, but he does seem to play the same character over and over
they
and
definitely
over.
present the trailers are nice. The trailers look fun. I was a convert after seeing a couple of the trailers.
I'm a believer in Matt Smith, so I think he might be a good villain.
Who
Um,
is Matt Smith?
he was Doctor Who.
No, no, no. I know who he is. Who is
Oh,
he in
he
the?
plays.
Is
Well,
he
he
a
plays.
doctor?
No, he plays a friend of his. It's a main character. He's in the comic books. He's
Hmm.
also a vampire, except he doesn't.
So
He doesn't.
he's probably in 101
He might be in it. One.
because I haven't heard
I,
any. I haven't heard any investment opportunities for that character, so he must be in the same book.
I was really I really like in the trailer when they do the flashes of him, of his face changing really quick. I
Yeah, that
really like how kind of true to the comic
very.
vision they make him look. So
Yeah, definitely.
um,
It's definitely a good look.
there was a
Matt Smith
huge
plays Luxius Crown.
Oh God, I don't. Is that Lucius? Does it say
Maybe that's how you pronounce it,
Lucius what? Crown?
but it's spelled Loxious.
Lucius. And then Crown?
Yeah, Crown.
with an E at the engine.
No,
Never heard of him.
So this is buoyed this week, and this could be, to your point though, a 9.6 this week sold for $16,387.
Well, I'd like to see how many there are. That could be
In
why, but
in June, it sold for just $9,600,
wow. Wow.
plus 71%, while a 9.2 saw an 8% gain. But 9.2's literally half the value of a 9.6.
It's got to be the census.
So
It's
sorry, Dolph.
it's a 70s
His
book.
name is Lucius Crown, otherwise known as Hunger,
Hunger, okay.
and he first appeared in Spider-Man Volume 1, number 76.
Oh, way before Morbius.
yeah,
Wow.
25 issues earlier.
Interesting. What's that book going for?
I do not know.
Hmm.
It said 1997.
97, Jim. That would have been then
That's
the
volume
Spider-Man.
that's volume 3.
Yeah, the McFarlane Spider-Man.
Because it says Volume 1 on this thing, but that
Wait,
obviously
volume
is a
1 of
typo.
what's the title?
Just Spider-Man, not Amazing
Yeah.
Yeah,
Spider-Man.
so Spider-Man's
Spider-Man
McFarlane. Yeah.
is the 1990 series. That's McFarlane series.
So that's a new book. So I'm sure there's 10 million of them.
All right, moving on. Number six.
That one's a sell for me. Do we agree?
I think so.
Yeah.
Number six is a book that I don't believe either one of us, neither
None
of
of
us
us?
had. Journey to Mystery 84, second appearance of Thor.
I'm sorry, guys. This actually looks very familiar. Do one of you have this issue?
No.
No, I don't
Shock.
think so.
I might. I mean, I don't know what I have anymore.
That's
I
the
have-
issue
I
that
have
he appears in.
45 long boxes. It could be in any
that
one of them.
That one I have seen on.
Maybe. I might have, actually.
I've seen in a key or something like that.
Could be, Jim.
Maybe that's why it was in the keys.
Maybe.
Because it's the first appearance of that Hunger character.
Okay. Yeah, I think that might have been in a key or a runner-up because I don't
I could
remember.
have sworn you had that, Jace. In
May-
one.
I just recently got a book like that, Jim. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe that's the one.
All right.
Um,
What are we
so
on?
Journey to Mystery 84 is number six. It's the
Second
second
Thor.
appearance of Thor.
No way.
It's the first appearance and cover of Jane Foster.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I
This
have that
book
one.
this
Jim.
book saw a stupid increase in the 6.5 level this week. This book was up 156% at a 6.5 this week, selling for 4,600. The
Wow.
previous high was in 2019 at 1,800.
See, if you're talking that kind of money, I would say go get First Silver Age Submariner, and I wouldn't get that book. If you're looking to spend like that kind of money, get a 5.0 of First Galactus. Like go, you know what I mean? Like Second Thor is not for me not a hot book. But I
Yeah,
guess they're
I
chasing
mean
after Jane Foster, not Thor.
Jane Foster. Yeah, I mean Jane Foster is obviously what's driving it, but just
Yeah,
interesting
that is a
that
big
as
leap.
more and more information comes out, we're not sure how big of a role she's going to play in
No idea. Yeah, I know.
in Love and Thunder, right?
All right,
And
next.
somebody had a rumor that they were going to make a either a series or another movie just about Jane Foster's Thor after this movie, which I'm not sure I can really see happening. Especially with Natalie Portman, she doesn't seem like she's
Into it?
into it.
She's not into it. That you could see even at Comic Con. She like it was so forced by Taika. Like here's Mjolnir. Like raise it up. Like she's like all right whatever.
Are you guys,
It's
you
like
guys saying
all
I mean,
right
I
all
love
right
Natalie
all right
Portman.
nerds.
Natalie Portman's on the fence about playing
I
Jane
love
Foster?
Natalie Portman, but she does not. She's not a big like no. Chris
Yeah,
Hemsworth said that he'll play it till the day he dies because he loves Thor, but I
yeah. I
don't
mean,
think she likes being.
Jane.
she's also like Jane. Natalie Portman is gorgeous, but she's kind of a like a thinner, lean person. Like I don't know. I just see Jane Foster as kind of being this much more almost like CrossFit kind of girl that's got a bit more muscle mass.
I think for what they used her for in Thor 1, she was that perfect, Jane Foster, for that. But
Mhm.
now that you're asking her to be a superhero,
Yeah,
yeah, you're right. She doesn't
you
really
know.
fit the bill. At least Brie Larson, like, she started working out. Like, she
I
kind
was
of
gonna
looked
say,
badass.
regardless of
Like,
what you think about Brie Larson, she's freaking jacked
yeah.
now. Like as far as that
She's
character.
definitely into it. However she conducts herself in junkets is one thing. Like, nobody seems to like her. But she's definitely adopted the role. She's taking it serious. So, whatever. All right. Next.
All right, moving on to number five, another book that Dolph owns, Amazing Spider-Man number 20, the first appearance and origin of Scorpion. You
Yeah,
do own this,
I'm
correct?
surprised. Yeah, I do. I'm surprised about this one though because other than the end of No Way Home or Homecoming, there has not been a Gargan.
Yeah.
There hasn't been a appearance of his. Like he's not even teased in because I know Vulture's teased in the Morbius trailer, so Michael Keaton's in the Morbius trailer, but
I
Gargan's not. So like, where's the Scorpion tease coming from? Like, is he?
I just think it's another. It's just this effect now that we're
So
seeing
it's just
every.
so it's now that all the other ones are unavailable. He's the next tier. It
Well, it's
could
just
be
that
because
I think
Rhino is another one. Like Rhino was misused, I'm sure, and he's a little bit later. He'd be cheaper.
I just think they're I just think that the ship has sailed on Spider-Man sub 50 Spider-Man books. Like, like the
Yeah,
ships are have all left the dock. Maybe you could possibly, ramp your car and get into the boat, but like they are pushing off and they're
yeah,
they're just all getting expensive. So this one
yeah.
is another
I missed my chance at Doc Ock and Goblin. I can't even afford them anymore.
this
Ones
is
are
another
going for many
scenario.
thousands.
159% increase in the 9.6. So a 9.6 this week sold for $22,972.
I can't. I don't
Uh,
think I've ever seen that high a grade Amazing Spider-Man like sub 20. Like, can you
Anything? Yeah.
imagine like a 9.6 in your hands of that one? That's got to look so beautiful. I can't
I mean,
imagine.
we know that Amazing Fantasy 15 9.6 exists, right? That's the one that
Yeah,
sold
I
for
can't imagine what
3.6.
that book has got to just be gorgeous.
So a 3.5 of this was even up 7% this week, selling for 850
That's
in a three
probably where
five.
mine is. I didn't get my Scorpion graded, did I? No, I don't
You
think
didn't.
so.
Why did you not send this with the other books that you
I
submitted?
I think I was looking at one specific pile and I picked 10 books out of it or 11, and I didn't even look at the other piles, which I have piles everywhere. These are all in my safe, but my safe is like separated into like four shelves, so I just kind of grabbed the shelf and then picked 11 books out of it.
Yeah.
Because I have a lot of book. Like I said, I think either next video I'll grab a shelf and we'll pick 10 books out of it and we'll send them off to get graded. But yeah, I don't know. I still have. Did I get my Mysterio done?
Yeah.
I don't even remember. I got my Craven done.
We just did
My
this on
my
Friday night.
second Vulture,
You did your
Sandman. I don't
Yeah.
think I did. I do Mysterio.
Well, you did your Morbius,
That's
and then
embarrassing. I did do my Morbius,
you did your Morbius. You did your first Ghost Rider.
my
You
Guy
did it.
Gardner, my Adam,
Yeah.
Batgirl.
Well, you only got 9 books, so
11.
oh, that's right, 6 and 5.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I didn't do Mysterio. So I still got a bunch of low number. I still hadn't done my Rhino, but my Rhino's not pretty. And I have two shockers too.
Number 4 is an interesting book. It seemingly is just a cover swipe, or not cover swipe, but a cover play. So this is the first battle of the Avengers versus Doctor Doom, Avengers 25.
That was a cheap
Um,
book for the longest time. You could have got those for nothing. I think it's just
so
because of the cover.
a 7.0 sold just back in June for $264, and this week is selling for $455.
I think I have two
So
of those actually.
big jump.
It's a great cover.
Um, a 4.5 and a 5.0 sold in October and December respectively for only $200 each,
Yeah.
and this week are now up to 225 and 295. So it is a great cover.
Hmm.
But I mean, what Doctor Doom book from the Silver Age is not a great cover? I
Yeah.
mean, it's just like whoever drew the covers was putting a little extra oomph into the Doctor Doom portrayal.
Yep.
All right, moving on. Don't think any of us own this. It's Incredible Hulk Annual #1. You
Yeah, I
own
got
that
it.
story cover? Okay.
Hmm.
So this saw some big gains
Is that
in.
this? That's the Steranko cover, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So big gains in a high grade and then big gains in lower grades this week. So a 9.4 this week sold for $3,500. That's got to be a very difficult 9.4 with
That
a
purple cover.
square bound book and
Yeah, it's dark
and
cover too. The purple and
dark cover.
black.
Yep.
Yeah, that one's not easy.
A 5.0 this week sold for $350. That's up 27% since September, and a 3.0 sold for $195, which is up 63% from December.
Still sounds affordable though.
Yeah, I mean, you could have gotten a 3.0 of this book for $120 in December,
Yeah,
which is crazy,
that is
right?
crazy. And that's probably a book I would have focused on. That's a great. It's just a. I mean, it's not his first solo. It's not his first appearance. It's kind of late, but I mean, it's still iconic.
I mean, $120 is less than the 9.6 of my X-Men 234 that we opened on
Yeah,
Friday night, right?
yeah,
So yeah, that's
yeah.
pretty incredible. Number 2 is a carryover from last week. It is FF46, second appearance of the Humans, first appearance of Black
Black
Bolt.
Bolt. Hmm.
This is,
They're
I
uh, they're
mean,
riding on that. That's just rumor.
yeah, it is interesting too. that this is the third consecutive week for this book, and
I mean, this is
speculation.
pure speculation.
And
I
it's
think they
big
would
money.
replace Black Bolt before they attempted to do Inhumans again because it was such a swing and a miss.
Now listen to this too. Listen to the disparity in money people are spending. So a 5.0 this week sold for four or 5.5 sold for $402.
Okay.
A 9.0 sold for $2,524. A 9.6 sold for $8,471,
Wow.
which is what is that? 21 times what the 5.5 sold for.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So that's huge. And the 9.0 is up 74% from December. It's just that's a crap ton of money for speculation.
It's so
That's for
weird
sure.
though that this is a book they're really keying in on just based on a rumor like that. Ah, it's a weird one for me. It's, like I said,
And
it's not
then
even the first Inhumans. It's just Black Bolt.
yeah, and then number one.
Yeah.
Yep,
What? Wait a minute. What's gonna be number one?
definitely a book that only one of us has.
Me or
It,
you?
again, it's not us. Uh, it is. We
Mm.
discussed it selling for $3.6 million
Oh,
earlier.
Amazing
It,
Fantasy 15 is one.
Amazing Fantasy 15 is number one
Man,
on
that
the
keeps
hot
jumping
list.
up there.
This week there was record breakers in the 6.5, in a 1.0, and a 3.0. So this week a 6.5 sold for $225,000.
Wow.
That is up
Wow.
165% since 2019,
Wow.
where it sold for 85 grand. A 1.0 sold for a 1.5, sorry, sold for $25,250.
See, that makes me think that I overpaid. Cause
Yeah, but there's
that's not far from my '05.
yeah, but it seems like there's so little difference in the
Oh,
point
I'm not
five,
worried. I don't feel bad about it. I
the
feel
one
like it's
five.
just a matter of time. I mean, but that's surprising. I thought the 115 would have been higher than that.
So here's what's crazy: a 3.0 this week
60.
sold for 60 grand,
I'm right. 60. Wow. Holy
sixty
crap.
thousand
That's
bucks.
for a 3-0.
A 3.0.
Wow.
So you can see. I don't think we're done seeing that northward movement in the 0.51, 1.5, 1.8,
Well,
2.5.
this
I
is
think we're
like I'm gonna equate it to fantasy football. Here you are with your roster, right? You don't have any running backs, and running backs are falling off the board like crazy. And
yeah, you're scrambling.
you want to get in the game, you got to get in there at the lowest possible point,
Yeah.
and they're driving the price.
That's right. You're saying to yourself, is Devonta Freeman in the
Is
NFL
Devonta
this
Freeman
year?
even playing this year?
Is he in the
Is
NFL this
is
year?
Calvin Ridley done betting on football?
Listen. I know we're not going to get in a sports conversation because Jimmy doesn't like it, but the fact that Calvin Ridley
Calvin Ridley, fifteen
got
hundred
a
dollars
year-long
banned
suspension
for $1,500.
for $1,500, and rapists, they're like, what about 2 games?
I know. But he did
I
bet.
mean,
I guess the problem is, well, one, he bet on football. Two, he bet on the Falcons,
he bet on the Falcons.
which is
Yeah,
probably not a smart move. But not
I
only
mean,
that, if you want to bet on football, Calvin Ridley, have your friend place your bets for you. He'll give you the money back. Why would you put yourself out there like that?
it,
That's
it,
just stupid.
I, it was bonkers.
And his response is even more bonkers. Like, he's just like, I get another year off to work on myself. You're like, you're a douche. I
Yeah.
don't know. Whatever. So number one, Amazing Fantasy 15.
Yep.
Yeah.
So pretty hot list. I think that one,
It's a good list.
maybe it's worth throwing some money at that one. I don't know.
Yeah. I would say my thumbs down are definitely on the Morbius and the Black Bolt. I don't think I would.
Yeah, I think the
I would
Black Bolt
invest
is
on those. Black
The
Bolt.
Black Bolt, I think, is just a little
That's
high.
gonna be a Mephisto book. It's an empty promise. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I think it's
I can't
just pure
imagine.
speculation.
I can't
The guy
imagine
who
what.
played Black Bolt is on the Star Wars or Star
Yeah,
Trek
that's
series,
right. That's right.
I can't imagine what people spent on that Mephisto
and he
book.
talks in that series.
And he
So,
talks. I'll be right back. This is good pee break.
so viewers, some of the ones who have watched know that I am obsessed with the artist Adam Hughes, and I've been collecting his stuff for a while. And one of my favorite movies is uh, Big Trouble in Little China, and I scored one of uh,
One of your kind of grails.
my grails is a San Diego Comic Con 2014 exclusive Big Trouble in Little China comic drawn or cover drawn by Adam Hughes. I've been looking for that one for a long time,
Now, Jim,
and
did you have a?
I
Did you
scored it
have?
for a decent price.
Did you have an alert set for that, or did you
No,
just?
no, I literally it just popped in my head again every once in a while to do these random searches, and there was one copy available on eBay.
Of what?
My Big Trouble in Little China Adam Hughes cover.
Great cover. That is a great book.
I like the color palette that he uses on that
Oh,
too.
it's gonna be I'm gonna love getting that one in.
You're gonna grade it?
I might get that graded actually,
Sure. It'll be cheap.
since it's a Comic Con exclusive. I know that's it's a decent comic to have.
Yeah.
There wasn't a lot of them printed, so
I got a question for you, Jason. Let's take a look at Bry's comics this week because I like Bry's comics. I think he's a good content creator. I just his lists are a little out there for me.
You mean the list that they reported on this week?
Bry's comics comes out with like a tiny list every week.
Yep. So one was yesterday. It was 10 X-Men key issues picks for under $25.
All right, let's go over them.
All right. Let's see.
10 X-Men books?
10 X-Men or X-Men related titles
Okay.
for $25 or less.
All right, that's a good list.
So the first one is a it's one of the 75,000 Marvel Now number ones or whatever.
Which one though?
It is Wolverine and X-Men number one. So it's the
let me
first
bring up
appearance
the
of
list too.
Nature Girl, a mutant girl who can manipulate nature.
Okay. I mean, I guess it's a girl. It's a mutant. I guess so. Bryce comics. Let me look at it
So
with
it
you.
says Nature Girl is a female mutant with a bad A look that fits current high-profile environmental debates that Marvel seems to want to develop, judging by the X-Men Unlimited series titled Green.
Interesting. Okay.
Second is
I have a
Magic
lot of these.
Magic number one, which is the 4-issue limited series.
Yeah.
It's the origin of Ilyana Rasputin.
Magic.
Right now, a $4 book.
Yeah, these are in $2 boxes. Not her first appearance. Her first appearance. There's actually two first appearances of her. One where she's a child, and I think it's in giant size. And then she appears later as an adult, and then this is her first appearance as Magic.
So, third is kind of cheating. It's it's trending downwards and is now at $25. Uncanny X-Men 171. Debut of Ilyana Rasputin's Soul Sword. He said there's a lot of interest in variants featuring magic, but Colossus's sister also has some solid key character development moments that will become more in demand down the road. Plus, you have a big rogue moment when she joins the X-Men.
But she was just in New Mutants, no?
Rasputin?
Magic.
Yeah, they use Magic in New Mutants,
Yeah.
so she's used up. They're not gonna do anything with her. They just used her. And it was the girl
Unless
from.
they're going to reboot New Mutants because it technically wasn't.
It was not bad. I mean, and not
No,
only
it wasn't bad.
I mean, the girl that played her was the girl from Queen's Gambit. What's her name?
Yeah,
Anna Taylor-Joy.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, hot actress play. I mean, they could probably still use her again, but I don't know. Okay.
Um, next one is X-Men Annual number 9. It's a Journey into Mystery 83 cover swipe. First appearance of Stormcaster, which I guess is a weapon that is wielded, created by Loki and given to Storm.
So this isn't just X-Men books under. He's going for girls. These are all women.
Well, it does look like that might be the case.
Okay.
The next book
Maybe because it's Women's History Month. Isn't that what it is?
Is
yeah,
it?
could be.
Yeah, it's Women's History Month.
Next book is Cable number 21, first appearance of Hope Summers as an adult.
Yeah, I got a bunch of the Hope Summers as a baby. I guess I don't know.
I think I have the first cover of Hope Summers.
For Hope Summer is the one that I kept saying. What the hell is the Colossus hugging book? That's also Hope Summers and not Sword. Is it Sword?
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, isn't
That
that
is
the Colossus hugging Rogue or whatever? Is like
yeah,
not
yeah,
only
yeah,
it's the
yeah.
first appearance of Sword, but
That's
it's Hope Summers too, right?
that's Astonishing X-Men number
Yeah, something like that.
9, I believe. No, 10 maybe.
All right,
Um,
I'm definitely all for the next one because I just bought a couple of these.
Next one is New X-Men 133, first appearance of Dust,
Yeah,
the first X-Men character who wears an abaya and niqab. Um, X-Men have always been a metaphor for discussions of race, and Marvel will definitely want these teams to speak to many different audiences.
yeah, I'm for this one. I think she's like the first Muslim before Kamala Khan even. Um, she's an early Muslim character.
The next one is interesting. So this kind of breaks the
This
alt
this book has
girls.
always been undervalued. Always.
Yes. So X Factor 5, first cameo appearance of Apocalypse, first team appearance of the Alliance of Evil.
Yeah,
Uh,
this book has always been insanely cheap for the first cameo of Apocalypse. It's like you can
a
get
big
them.
character.
Yeah, you can get them cheap all day long.
Uh, Next book is New Mutants 32, Introduction of Madripoor, a fictional island in Southeast Asia that Cypher refers to as the Mos Eisley of Earth.
So
MCU is sure to spend more time in Madripoor, and this is just one fun. This is just a fun one to have.
yeah, I'm not buying this one at all. Because this one peaked when they teased Madripoor in was it Vision? WandaVision?
No,
Did they tease Madripoor? No,
No, it was
Winter Soldier.
Falcon
yeah,
and
Winter
Winter Soldier.
Soldier.
Yeah, Winter
Falcon
Soldier.
Winter
They
Soldier.
teased Madripoor, so had already spiked. And this goes with my thing, and I'm telling I don't like objects in towns. I don't do objects in towns.
Well, except you do like the Darkhold at this point in time.
No, I like Cathone and Magda.
And you like the dark. And the second to last is Marvel Comics Presents #1. This seems to be more Madripoor. Introduction of the Princess Bar, a pub in Madripoor that was brought to life in the Falcon and Winter Soldier. It's also the first appearance of Sapphire Styx, a psychic vampire, and the first appearance of Kalaku, a fear lord. So it's just a great Wolfie cover, by the way.
It is a great Wolverine
12,
cover.
$12, and the first issue of Marvel Comics Presents. I think it's a cool book.
Are you hunting
Just
that
to
one
let you
down?
guys know that X Factor number 5 on eBay right now, a 9.6. Oh, no, it does have 6 days left. A 9.6 graded CGC is currently at $34 with 6 days left.
I think you can get 9.6s for under 100 for this.
That's the highest.
And I would say
highest
nine.
priced one here.
Yeah, 9.8s. I would probably say
Most of them are
$200.
Most of them are between $15 and $8 that
Yeah,
you
they're
can
cheap.
get that. They're selling it. There's one guy who's selling X-Men 4, 5, and 6 starting at $45.
X Factor.
6?
Yeah,
Apocalypse is in there?
yeah.
For 40 bucks?
45 is starting at.
Oh, okay, start.
It's starting at, yeah. But it is all three.
I mean,
Uh,
I've made that my pick of the week a few times. I think that first appearance of Apocalypse is really an undervalued book, and I would
Man,
recommend a
oh,
lot.
pretty
That's
much
a
all of
good,
these could use a press.
and yeah, I look for that
I'm
too.
blowing them
But
all up. Pretty much all of these could use a press.
yeah, Apocalypse is very undervalued. You can get them for 40 bucks still. And they made a lot of them, but it's still the first appearance of Apocalypse, who's a major
Yeah,
bad guy. He's the
Yeah,
second.
Besides Doom, he's actually I think my second favorite bad guy.
but you like Mr. Sinister too.
I do like Mr. Sinister as far as X-Men bad guys go.
Yeah, I would say. Oh, we're going X-Men only. I would
Well,
say
yeah, I
Doom.
mean-
I would say Doom and then Galactus. Thanos was really never on my radar. Apocalypse always was. I was a '90s X-Men reader.
Yeah.
Thanos until the movies. I never really read his stuff. I never read Infinity Gauntlet when I was a kid.
No, I didn't like the Jim Starlin's artwork.
Yeah, I didn't either. Yeah, I was reading a lot of Spider-Man, and I was reading a lot of X-Men. It's so funny how stuff that you thought was like, and that becomes like the big stuff. You're like, all right, I guess I'll start reading it. I read Infinity Gauntlet. It was cool. I think the better story was him trying to get the stones than it was what happened after, like the big battle. Like he was literally killing stone holders. Like that stuff was good. Like, was it Thanos Quest? That was a great story.
So speaking of '90s X-Men, the Fan Expo, Philadelphia Fan Expo,
Yeah, I saw
which
that.
used to be Wizard World,
Yeah.
Mark Silvestri will be there in attendance.
Ooh.
Also Frank Cho.
When is
But
that?
since Mark Silvestri was the '90s, him and Jim Lee were like
Yeah.
pretty much it for the X-Men.
Is that June?
June or May or June.
I've never gone.
Well, that's where I met Peter Mayhew. Was at Wizard World.
Yeah, maybe
Is,
we'll
is
take
that a
maybe we'll take a
is
trip.
that a Comic Con or is it just a fan fest?
No,
It's like a fan fest, Chase.
Yeah.
They have comics there, but
yeah,
they have a lot of
Marvel guys.
people that you can just go up and
Yeah. They
get
used
their
to
autographs and
they used to sell this thing. They don't anymore. They used to have like a VIP pass for like Chris Evans and Chris Hemsworth. So you would basically get like an hour entry early, and you would almost like have standing room only with Chris Hemsworth. But they were like $1,500.
yeah.
But you-
Hemsworth was there the year I went.
Yeah, you get a lot of stuff though. It's a lot of swag, and I think you got a photo op and an autograph. It all came with it. But you get to kind of rub shoulders with these guys for $1,500. It's a lot.
I'd
Of money.
rather-
That is a lot.
The girls were screaming
rather
so loud with
Invest
Chris
that
Hemsworth there.
$1,500 in like an early Thor book.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's a huge Star Trek fest this year at the Fan Expo. Like almost the entire cast of Next Generation is going to be there. William Shatner is going to be there. But they do have some pretty cool comic artists there.
Patrick Stewart gonna be there?
No, he was there the year I went. Actually, every Star Trek captain was there. Every Star Trek captain,
Interesting.
and you could get a picture with all of them.
What's
It's like
the,
$2,000, I think.
Ugh, it's crazy. What's the last one on Bryce? X-Men.
X-Men Annual 13, second appearance and first cover appearance of Jubilee. This is only a $5 book.
Oh my God, that's Jubilee in the bottom circle. Doesn't even look like her. You see that?
It is not great artwork.
Yeah, it's not great.
Is that Mignola, Val?
No. The signature is on the left.
Oh, okay.
Vaz? I don't know who Vaz is. Not Mignola.
You see why why it looked a little like Mignola if you just look at the creature in the back.
Yeah, the creature is very like two color,
yeah.
negative space. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tune into my channel for a seriously good top pick. I like him. He's actually gone. He's come a long way.
Ooh,
He's like a store now, Bry.
boys, I just got a offer for my coverless Batman.
$85.
It is $80. I think I might counter with $90, and then hopefully they come back with 85.
Or you can say, "I'm good, bro. I'm gonna wait because $100 is coming."
I know.
Yeah, when did you post it?
Last
Yesterday?
night, I should wait. I should just wait.
Just let it out.
Patience. Somebody will give you $100 for it. It's a hot
Yeah,
book right now.
I'll just wait. I'll wait. I
just
got like
just let
I
it
got
ride.
I got like a year to respond to the offer
I,
anyway.
I
What
know
is
I'm
it?
not
You have
I
36
know I'm not
hours.
the eBay master at all, but I never take offers the first 2 to 3 days. Never.
I don't
I
know.
like you. I like you like an
The only
eBay
time I've ever done it
monster.
was
You did take it
with the Harley Quinn action figure because
but
that
you got
dude
the
wanted
price you
it
wanted though
bad,
too.
and he wanted it for $20 more than I was going to sell it for. So
You got the price you wanted. So
yeah, oh, yeah, I got it.
all right. So who's starting the mega mail call week?
I can if you want.
Yeah, you guys can. I actually forgot one of my Star Wars ones in the basement. I have to go get it.
I just got back from mine. Let's see. I got a couple.
We're not including the ones we opened up from the because you already
So
did a video of that.
based on that, what was her name again? Sarah Wolf. Based on the
Sarah Wolf.
Funko Pop ad, I did get three Doctor Strange number 38s, which is the first appearance of Sarah Wolf. She's like a shaman's daughter. She is a Funko Pop for Black Panther 2, right? Oh no, no,
No,
In Multiverse of Madness.
Multiverse of
Multiverse of
Madness. What am I thinking about? Yeah, so she was a Funko Pop for Multiverse of Madness. Which also makes me think, like, if she's a shaman, is Brother Voodoo gonna be in this? And they're just not releasing anything? Like,
I don't know. People spent a lot of money on first Brother Voodoo appearance.
yeah, they certainly did. But anyway, I got three of those. They were all super cheap, like $10, $10 and less. I think one was $4.99 and the other two were 10, and that's shipped. They're all nice condition too. So I did just meet a guy. Let me put these in order. So these ended up being $200 each. Let's just round it out to $200 each. So I did get Iron Man 54. I'm really high on this book. First appearance of Moondragon. She is going to be in Guardians 3. She is Drax's daughter. I'm super high on this book, and it's really nice too. So I think these go for like $450. These are insanely low prices. He just wanted to get rid of them. I did get and this one's a little beat up, but it's Doctor Strange number 169. This is a hot book, first solo title.
Yeah, I mean it's got to be beat up for $200. So
Yeah, and it's probably a 3.5,
okay.
but I'm cool with that.
The one that I saw this week was probably a 1015 for $90,
Yeah,
and I just you know how I am. There's too many lines in it for me to take the chance.
right. Yeah, I'm comfortable with that. I was looking up the comps for all of these, and I think I paid half value on most of it. So I think
Yeah.
for 200, most of these are $400 books. And then this is a really nice copy of Daredevil 68. First appearance of Elektra. Nice
Newsstand.
book. Newsstand.
newsstand.
Yep. Nice book. This is I think my third copy of this one.
That is what 81? Is that when that book came out?
Something like that. I think so. 80. It says it right there. 80. And last but not least, Daredevil 131. Newsstand.
Now what's the significance of this? Just kidding.
Yeah. Just kidding. First bullseye.
That's a great.
This is a really nice one too. This is super high quality. I would say it's at least a 7.5, maybe an 8.
I can never get over the fact that that UPC is
Is
yellow.
yellow.
That
I know.
is on that book. It's so
It is.
interesting.
It's so cool. But yeah, I love this book. So I mean, this book I was saying in this grade is probably $400 or $500. And you know, like I said, everything rounded out to about $200. So that's it. That's what I got, and it's nothing compared to
What Jimmy got?
What Mr. Jason got. Jimmy, you want to go first, or you got to go get it?
I have to go get one of them.
Okay.
So, Jason, do you want to? No, yours are big.
Jimbo, I got a stack of your books. I can show the books I got for you this week.
Yeah, do that.
So I got Jimmy's got a haul over here as well. So I picked this up for him just $8
Nice.
yesterday, and this is gorgeous. There's two small ticks over here, but this book is super hot,
Yeah.
and he missed getting this from Dolph and Dolph's Bins this summer. So
Did he?
so
Yeah,
yeah.
I didn't get them.
Oh, I think Chris got it. I was selling it for what, $100? No, 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 not that
No.
much. Yeah.
So really nice copy of that book. Then got Jim the reprint of Silver Surfer 4. This is absolutely this is a stunner. Just really really nice. Found this at the same market for $5 for him, so could not pass that up. Even the reprint, this reprint is going for about
Oh
50
yeah.
bucks, 50 or $60. So just that iconic cover. It'll have to be a placeholder until he finally gets a
Yeah, actually.
number until he's got the 5 grand to buy the OG. And
Does it
then
go for that much?
it's insanely expensive.
Really?
Yeah, it might even 5 grand might even be low. I'm telling you, it's crazy.
That's nuts.
Then this he got. This is the Comic Tom exclusive of Thor 20.
Is that going to be
Uh,
in one of these? I have two of them here that are unopened.
Gorgeous cover. Who is
I've,
this artist again, Jim?
Is that
Nate.
Delato?
It's
No,
Nate. It's Nate.
Yeah, right.
Nate did not make this. It is a stacked logo. I'm not sure. Um, you knew the artist before, so
Yeah.
but gorgeous cover number 20. I think probably much better looking than the one that was on newsstand.
Yeah, it's a nice one.
Um, then I bought this for him just in case he didn't have it. And then turns out his was dinged up, so he's got him his Adam Hughes Electra.
It's a
They
pretty
did not
cover.
have the Virgin, but I
Pretty
did give him
cover.
the trade dress. And then you said yours got dinged, Jim.
Yeah, on the top left corner, it was a little slight tiny rip.
Yeah. So this is gorgeous. I mean, in more ways than one, is it's gorgeous.
Yeah, it's a good
But
looking cover.
but
I like that
I
one.
think this is a really cool cover.
Adam Hughes negative space. That's nice.
And then you're each getting one of these because I found them for $2 this week. The
Ooh, oh,
origin of
nice.
Black Chrysanthemum.
The
So
scar?
I got three for $2 a pop. So we each get one. I
Oh,
got
thanks,
one
man.
in Dolph's pool bin over here.
Cool.
And
That's where he gets the scar in that fight.
this is where he gets a scar. Correct.
Cool.
Yeah. So an LCS that kind of has a very random assortment of back issues. Had they actually had four copies of it, but one of them was kind of had some dings on it. And as a modern book, I'm just not gonna grab books that have dings. And then these are out of the collection I got this week, but Jimmy's first four Journey into Mystery books. So he's got
That's a nice
number
cover.
116. I think they're all kind of mid grade, so they have I don't know if you can see it. There's certainly spine stress there,
Hmm.
but really good colors. Corners are okay, just a couple small creases, but probably in that 3.5 to 4.5 range. So he's got 116, uh, 120. Great cover on
Great
this one.
cover.
Ooh,
Yeah, it's a
In
nice
my
cover.
hand, this hammer.
another Mjolnir special.
Um, got this one's actually a relatively decent value book.
Yeah.
121. Funny that this is the one that's worth the most, and I like the cover the least.
Yeah.
Uh, 121. He unfortunately he also Jimmy also got the first Absorbing Man, but it was a return, so the top third of the cover is gone.
I
Um,
love that book so much. That Absorbing Man book was like one of the very first appearances I ever bought.
and then
And
this, I
it's
think, it's this not a particular key, but I just think the cover is so rad.
great
Yeah,
opening
it's a
cover.
gorgeous cover.
And an Absorbing
So
Man in the bottom.
so Absorbing Man looks like that '80s actor. You guys know which one I'm
I know
talking about.
from The Hills Have Eyes, that guy.
Yeah, the oblong
Yeah.
head.
And he's
You
from
know,
what is he in Weird
he's
Science?
he's in a million '80s movies. Yeah.
Did the Absorbing Man ever fight Hulk?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the Ang Lee movie?
No, just in general, in the comic books. Jason and I used to have viewfinders.
I
Remember the
don't
viewfinders?
know.
Yeah.
And Jason and I had 4 Hulk discs.
He must have because Ang Lee went directly from the source material. He didn't know. He
And
didn't know
I,
Hulk.
I, I thought that it was we had one that was him versus Absorbing Man in the
Yeah,
viewfinder.
he must have.
And then this book was not. This book's nothing big. I think actually the cover B is the one that's got some value to it. But just a Thor #6 from the Donny Cates run. I don't think Jim, you didn't have this one,
I
right?
don't have that one now,
And
Jason.
they
Is
were
that Malekith?
50 cents. No, that's Thor.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's
Yeah,
Thor.
that's Thor.
Looks like Malekith.
So I think
Looks like a dark
this
elf.
is obviously a far superior cover to the cover B. And they had these in the back issue bin for 50 cents, so I grabbed him one of these.
Love a
Thank you.
50-cent bin.
So that is Jimmy's haul from my end. Um,
Well, I have
Look
I
at
have
the
one
grin.
downstairs. It's right on top of the pile.
Look at the grin on his face. Jason is so excited about showing off his.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Do you want to wait to show off yours, Jason, until
My
after mine?
God,
Yeah,
man.
Okay, let me go get that one comic.
I better be grinning. I spent enough. I mean,
Yeah, you did.
You know, but
You should still wait on that Riddler. You'll get. I mean, we're only talking about $15, $20, but
Yeah,
you'll
a lot
get
of-
your asking.
a lot of views on it tonight too. So, man, the watchers on that Peacemaker just keep going up.
I might get in there. I don't know if it goes over 400, I'm out.
No, you
But
got.
I really think you'll get it for 4.5 to 5 because it's in decent shape.
You got to wait for that other book that you want that I got.
That I want that you have. Which one's that?
The
Oh
one
yeah,
that I
well
got.
you'll tell me later. But
Yeah.
is there one that I really wanted? I don't remember. There's so
Yeah.
many. There's so many you got. Hola, Himi.
I need to bring this up too.
Uh oh.
Is it this?
It's raining Hughes.
Yeah.
Duff, tell
I
us
only have
about.
I only have 3 hues in this pile. 3 or 4.
Only.
I only have 3
Tell-
hues. I
tell
just
us-
have to, with the last one, I have to read you one of the reviews of the comic, which is just
Oh, okay.
beautiful. So, yeah, so I got a pretty Adam Hughes Supergirl.
It's
It's
a
a
good one.
rebirth. It's not like it's not a high value. There's obviously a Supergirl Adam Hughes of her on the
Yeah.
asteroid that's worth like, I don't know, $200 or whatever.
It's
Going
expensive.
to $200 or $300 right now. But I try and get his stuff no matter what. So I
That's
just
such
had
a
to get this one. I got
great-
this one for $1.99 plus shipping. So I
You
thought,
can't beat that.
no. Then issue 3 of Unholy.
Nice.
We're a little bit of a risque cover. Whoa, whoa, what can you see?
He doesn't do risque.
Ah!
Cover your eyes. But yeah, this was hard to get, strangely enough.
Is
Um,
Unholy a independent property? Like what
Dynamite?
studio?
Is it Dynamite?
yeah, it's Dynamite.
Yeah. Dynamite has had Vampirella forever.
Okay.
But even when we went to JC, they didn't have this
Yeah.
particular cover.
Yeah, Dynamite has Vampirella, Elvira, Red Sonja. They have all the girls.
Yeah.
The scantily
Yeah,
clad,
I
big
think
boobed
they even have
girl.
Sheena, Queen of the Jungle. I think they have a
Yeah.
bunch of.
Gotta get the market
And then
cornered
I
on
already
Yeah,
this.
showed you guys this one.
we did.
I just thought this was a beautiful cover,
It's a great cover.
especially with Obi-Wan trailer just coming out. I thought, and the fact that Hayden's going to be in it in the series too. So I just thought this was a
I'm even
good
hearing
pickup.
rumors that Qui-Gon might make an appearance, like as a
Yeah,
Force ghost. That'd be
Is,
freaking
is
cool.
is that a new Afro book or what is that an older Afro book?
it's number 30. So
I don't know. I don't even know what they're on. I'm a current subber, but I don't remember where Afra is right now.
Yeah, but there's two runs, right? There was the first run and this
Of
and the
Afra?
second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're on volume 2 now.
so before I show you this comic, let me just read you this really quick synopsis. The most horrific scene I've ever encountered in a Star Wars comic is in this book. The story and art are at the highest possible level to thrill and chill your soul. This is required reading for all Star Wars fans. I absolutely give my highest possible recommendation to this issue.
Wow.
Yeah,
Who wrote that? Joe Schmo or
sci-fi pulse. It was a
oh, all right.
But
so
we're just talking about the cover though, right? Oh, very
this is the
nice.
issue. Now, the actual book, it's a very, very dark storyline for Darth Vader.
That
Very
is
dark.
actually that made the
Yeah, that book is heating up. What who is
that was just on the hot list
yeah, who is the first?
for Kenobi trailer. That book is first appearance of the second sister Trilla Sudori. Hot book, Jimmy, $35.
So
And
it says
and heating up.
these are the three bullet points. A Jedi makes a desperate deal. The Inquisitor's mission evolves, and Darth Vader discovers a theft.
Oh, second sister is gonna be in Kenobi, and you got it.
Dude,
And
there is some
it says here, I disagree with that reviewer that Jimmy just read. This is not a good book at all.
tell it to Dolph. There's some bangers in that second
Yeah, there
Vader
is.
run.
Yeah, there are.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
This is actually a run that I would love to have because it. I know
This
that I read some.
this is why when Chris was on here last week, I couldn't agree more because me and him both do the same thing. I buy every Star Wars issue because there's a first appearance in every single one, it seems like. And it's like throwing darts. You don't know where they're going to take from and what they're going to ignore. Like, I'm not reading High Republic, but I know every issue's got a first appearance, so I buy them all anyway and just put them in a box. But that's exactly why. Like, who would have thought?
Jim, that Delato variant cover I gave you is 20 issue 25 of that run
Oh, okay, yeah, that's right.
of
And
that
he's like,
particular run.
can I have it back?
No, 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 no.
I got another one. I got another one just a little while ago. I forget which. Maybe that was issue 7,
It's like,
issue
hey
9.
Jimmy, remember that book that I gave you?
There was some. It's funny, Dolph. That's like a $50 variant cover, but there
Yeah.
was some color rub, and it was in a 50-cent bin at my LCS, so I just grabbed
Crazy,
it.
crazy, crazy. I want to see what that Inquisitor book is going for today after the trailer dropped.
$100.
No, that's what Key Collector says. Key Collector's
Oh,
always he's always wrong. I bet you people are asking for like raw near mints. Like I guarantee you they're asking a couple hundred because they're crazy people. Let's see. eBay. I don't
There's so
even.
many covers for this number 19, and all the rest suck.
98650 for a 98. That is ridiculous. So yeah, So I just bought my 3 for $75 each.
Well,
And
not to mention the fact that you can still get an Afra 9.8 for $500.
175 raw near mint, this guy's asking.
Listen, you can still get an Afra for $500 9.8. Why would I buy a character who's certainly a lesser character?
9.8,
And he's certainly
799.
going to get killed by Kenobi.
Freaking bonkers,
I
man.
mean, he had a pretty good run in Clone Wars. Grand Inquisitor was a pretty. Was it Clone Wars or Rebels? I forgot. He had a good run though. Here you got a 9 mint, $200, 175. 9 sixes are going for 400. This is nuts. Nuts. Everybody's got their near mints for 199. It's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. 389 for a 9 sixes. They're going for just under 400 for all the 9 sixes. And 849 9.8 first full Grand Inquisitor. Man, I gotta get mine graded. Jeez. My God.
Well, you got a month. No, 2 months. You got 2 months.
Yeah, I mean, I would really like to know if Cad Bane's coming back because I wish I had graded them and sold them in time. If he's not coming back and he's dead now,
Listen, he's got the bleep blop.
he's got the bleep bleep,
It's
the
still,
bloopy blop.
and
Yeah.
now you got 2 years to get it graded.
Yeah, Dolph, let me tell you, too, I did not pay $25 for this.
Good. That's awesome.
So.
Good job. All right, Jason.
So I picked up about 600 books this week. And I'm not saying that in a facetious way. I did get 600 books this week. But we'll start out with what I picked up yesterday. So I found this amazing little shop over the weekend.
Yeah.
And-
What's the address? I'm seriously I would drive 6 hours in the car.
It is
3
one,
there,
two,
back.
3. I'm not going to tell you Ville.
Yeah. I would definitely check that out. You got some great deal on that.
So yesterday I spent $120 at this shop,
Unbelievable.
and I got Jim's Iron Man book. So I think in this grade, looking on eBay, this book's selling for about $60. In this grade, $60 to $75. So pretty solid pickup. But I did happen to get this book, which is bonkers. So 1967, this is the first Peacemaker solo title. This is currently on eBay at my eBay store, which is like WXZ_317925 or whatever my thing is.
You know what? I'll tell you. So we actually can put it up there. So they should know. Notifications, outbid.
Yeah, you could put a link on the chat, right?
I can put a link on the chat. But let me try to.
You can see the double piece is not drawn like a poorly drawn ghost.
And because of the bids already, Jace, you have already definitely paid for that trip, haven't you?
Oh no, yeah, I'm already in the plus for the whole trip. So
All right, people. His store name is H_JHUJ_JD6IVX. But that's where you can get it. Peacemaker's up there for sale.
So
Nice
if you're
book, too.
interested in this book, it doesn't have to be my copy of this book, but make sure. So here's the Charlton logo. They did a reprint
Yes, so
by
modern
Comics, I
modern
think
comics.
in 1979. So book is published in 67.
Yeah.
The Modern Comics really looks the same
It's
aside
exactly the same except for a blue logo in the top left corner.
from blue Modern logo, right?
Yeah.
So
A lot of people make that mistake.
So just super happy to get this. Hoping to turn this into some grading money for things that you are about to see. So this is the book that Dolph forgot he also wants. I also got this book
I do want
yesterday,
that book.
which is crazy cool.
I love that cover.
and I'm super happy that the Peacemaker is going to go for enough money that I can hold this one for a little while.
Yeah.
So this I'd say is probably in like the seven range. So it's got a little blunted corner here. Great color, but
Except for the man thing too. Like that team is almost together.
yeah.
Werewolf by
So
Night's getting a holiday special, and you got Morbius and Ghost Rider's coming soon. So you just gotta
I
wait
was
for the man
I
thing.
was listening today too. I think it was on Swaggle channel that there's some rumors about Man Thing possibly being maybe in the Christmas special or the holiday special too. So
Cool.
pretty interesting. So got those three books, and then I got four more. I got this, which is a super clean copy. This is also on my eBay store at HX underscore 75JH, whatever it is. So this book, just all these She-Hulk books. If you have the She-Hulk run,
Yeah.
look in your back issue bins because a bunch of these books are popping off right now. And this one's really nice. I think it's probably like a 9.2. There's a very small crease in this top corner. Doesn't really break color, but you can tell it's there. So there's that book. And then this is actually one of the ones I was most happy about. So Marvel Age 12, this has the prototype for the black suit in it. So if you've seen this before, this actually has the first appearance of the black suit, predates any of other usage of the black suit, and you'll actually see that originally the original drawing had the symbol as red, actually closer to what Miles looks like than what the symbiote suit looked like. So really cool. Really happy to have this book. This will have to be my placeholder until I get Secret Wars 8. So that book, and then these last two books are not huge books. I just thought they were kind of undervalued. So speaking of Voodoo, this is the last Voodoo in the Strange Tales run. Can't remember.
Great cover.
There's some significance about this Black Talon appearance too, which makes this has a lot of potential for this book.
He's a big giant chicken.
So, and this was a really clean copy too. So was happy to get it. And then this was like $4, and it's just such a cool what if book. So it's
Yeah,
essentially
definitely. That's like the
so,
Gladiator Hulk before
Is
Gladiator
that
Hulk.
is that Buscema cover?
It might be.
it is. Yeah, SB Sal Buscema, and then AM. I'm probably the inker, maybe.
Maybe.
But the cool thing about this on Key Collector, they said that this is one of the only what if books that was actually continuity. So that these events happen in continuity. So there's some Eternals tie-ins in this particular book that actually worked in the Eternals timeline. So I just thought it was really cool. I love these books with the Toys R Us headers on them
Yeah.
too.
It's
Just
definitely
reminds
a
me.
couple years in time. Isn't that when Jim Shooter was kind of like trying to just make more money? I think Shooter did that.
Could be. I mean, it's it's basically the same size as the trade dress.
Yeah.
It's actually bigger than the Hulk trade dress. So,
Yeah.
anyways, cool book that was undervalued. I thought so. Really happy with that haul. Like I said, hopefully the Peacemaker goes for bigger money. I would love to hold on to it, but I've got
I'd
some things
I'd be
that
totally shocked if you didn't get at least 4 for that Peacemaker book.
um, I got. Then these books I got from the same shop on Saturday. Believe it or not, I was kind of hurried this past Saturday, and I left those books I left behind. I actually ended up getting those books. So these are the very minor keys that I get from the same shop on Saturday. Got these for very little money. This one obviously is by far my favorite. I wanted this book for a while, so uh, So the true first appearance
So
of
is this your first time finding this store, or you've been to the store before?
no, the first time.
Oh
So
wow. I
we
mean,
actually went to a different shop. There was a little old lady ran a
Is
used
that Goose
DVD.
Rider, Jace?
What, Jimbo? Yeah,
Goose
Goose Rider,
Goose Rider.
Hulk Bunny, and Captain America. So Dolph, you'd have to let me know. I don't know if it's on all of these. There's some manufacturing color rub here or color bleed almost, and I
huh?
don't know if it's just this book in general, or whether it's just my copy. But I got it. I got it. I think I got this for $14, so really good price for this
Great
particular
price.
one.
And once Miles Morales #2 Into the Spider Verse comes back, he's gonna be in it.
And then I too got a copy of what's her face at
Yeah.
this shop for
Sarah Wolf, man.
I think it was $3.50. It's crazy. It is crazy how clean these Doctor Strange books are
Yeah.
because he had them in like a very disgusting bag inside of inside of another bag and board,
Yeah.
and so I was basically just trying to look through the crap
Don't
to
you love
determine
that though?
whether
When you take a book that's been in like a bad bag and board and you put it in a new one, you're like, oh, it looks so much nicer.
yeah. And then two more strange books that are have tie into the upcoming movie.
Yeah.
Um,
That's a
this
Brother
one,
Voodoo book, right?
I believe so. And then this book actually has a ton of tie-in opportunities.
I
Um,
think that last one's like the first time Strange and Voodoo meet or something like that, right?
I think that's what it
Something
is.
like that.
Yeah. And then this book, I always love this cover because it's got Scarlet Witch in her old school. Here he's
Yeah.
got you got
What's
Monica Rambeau over here in the corner,
what
and
is that one all about?
you got Dracula too.
Oh, is that Dracula in back?
Yeah.
Cool. Very
And
nice.
then two books that were super cheap and I couldn't pass them up. This is a really clean copy of
That
this
goes for like 20 bucks, 25
yeah, the
bucks.
reprint. And funny enough, even though I've seen Youngblood 1 1,000 times already, I had not
Is
seen
that the pink
this
one?
this book. This is not the pink one. This is the alternate version. So there's the
Gotcha.
pink one, and then there's the one with what's his face sitting five hole on Profit here. So
Yeehaw.
so there's two different covers. So this cover is actually a flip cover. So on the other side, it's essentially like a Marvel Comics Presents, like how they did those flip covers. So then I got a collection, which I had to get a loan from our mother to buy, and it's you know aside from when I purchased a house and purchased all the cars I've ever bought, this was one of the more expensive things I've ever bought. So, um, so it was a single owner collection. The owner purchased these books when he was like between 10 and 15 years old. He's in his 60s now. I just met him at a marketplace that I was selling books. This has been a kind of like a 3 month journey at this point in time, back and forth. He knew what he had, so there was certainly not. I wanted to be really fair with him anyway, but he also. Uh, so full disclosure, there's 587 Silver Age books. He looked up all 587 of them online to try and get an idea of what the value was. He obviously doesn't know much about the grading or anything like that. So, um, but also it was he sent me a spreadsheet with all the issues ahead of time, so I could actually kind of
Yeah.
see what was in the collection. Um, so a bunch of huge keys. So we'll just go through like the like the 10 biggest and and I think this is probably the cleanest of all the books in the collection. This is Star Trek 1. So it's a gold key book from 69, I believe. There is a couple pressable finger bends here and one here. So Dolph will probably get this book to press for me.
Mm-hmm.
This one I think I will send in the the higher tier for grading, so we get it back quickly because this is definitely a book I'll move on from. But
I know we
in
looked
this,
that up last week. So is it $150 or 3%, whatever the lowest is?
nope. So this is going to fall into that 1 to 3,000 category. So this
Right.
is one
So I
hundred and
think
thirty $130.
it's 130 or 3%, whatever is the lowest, right?
No, so the that's the 3,000 plus tier is 150 or 3%.
No, 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 no. That's 150 and 3%.
Well, 150 and 3%. No,
Yeah.
there's no percentage on the $130.
Yeah, no, I think there is. If I think it's one or the other. It's if then.
Well, it
It's
wouldn't.
whatever
Well,
the price is. It's $150 or 3%, whatever's the highest. I think.
well, what on 1,000 to 3,000 though, 3% would only be $30.
I'll look it up again, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
Yeah. So Star Trek One, gorgeous cover, great pinup of Captain T. Kirk on the back. Um, this gentleman only had he took he took no swings and misses as a child on X-Men. He only bought two books. The first one he got
It's a
was
great book.
Kazar. So
You got a
this
lot of heat on that one.
this is certainly needs a press. You can see it's got some issues here. I think with a press, it's probably like a four, maybe. It's got some wave to it, but no real major creases. Pretty nice corners. So really, the issues are there on the spine. Um, but gorgeous book. And then he only had, like I said, only two X-Men books. The other one he had was the first Juggernaut, which
Oh, I'm
is a
sorry, Jason. You are right. $130.
yeah.
Or no,
So
no, this is wrong. Standard $1,000 is $80. Up to 1,000 is 80
up to
bucks.
1,000, right? But that's standard, and then
That's standard. So
these would
Express
fall
is
express.
up to 3,000 is 130, and then
Right.
walkthrough is the unlimited.
Correct.
That's the 3% and 150.
Right, and those would be in excess of 3 grand, right?
Yeah, right. Sorry about that.
So Juggernaut book is also, I think, probably in that
Yeah, that's a beauty.
four.
Think
Again,
so?
it's this spine. It's right. It's
Yeah,
now.
okay.
I could be wrong, but
You may get. I mean, if I'm seeing my Ghost Rider was a 4.5, right, or 3.5.
yeah, yeah, four
That
five.
looked a lot worse than that one.
So, um,
It's in good shape. But like I said, this is like where you just understand that it's going to be at a certain level. Submit them and just pray you get the highest thing you can get, but zero expectations.
yeah, I think I really have to kind of hedge my bets on which ones of these I go, because I have to look at what estimated grade I think they are, and I would really feel comfortable if to get them graded at that level. I think what I'd have to be able to get out of them is 600 or more for me to invest $130 in grading. If my estimated grade is selling
Or
for
you can just do what I did.
$360,
But you
I'd
could
rather sell it raw.
you could just do what I did, and each one is $35.
Right, but I need to recoup the money faster than 7 months from now too. So
Yeah, understood. So standard right now is 97 days. Express is 18 days.
right.
So is that what you're looking to do? Is Express?
Yeah. So that's kind
Yeah.
of again with selling this other book and then selling the non-keys out of this, thinking really that non-key issues in mid-grade Silver Age books of DC runs, Action Comics, Adventure Comics, Brave and Bold, I'll get somewhere between $5 and $15, depending on condition. That's what I'm looking to do. I'm trying to move as much bulk product as possible. So, and then I can kind of that'll give me some cushion. Start paying back the loan, and then take my time on some of these bigger books. So only had two Spider-Man books. Unfortunately, just missed some of the huge books, but all Spider-Man sub 20s are huge. So this is 18. So this is first Ned Leeds. Um, nice condition again. I think probably in that five-ish range. All of these books, though, at this point are like a grand. So
Mm-hmm.
even a five, I think a five of this is in that 400 kind of ish dollar range. So really great covers. The Ditko covers are so cool. I think this is what, second Sandman, third Sandman, something like that.
Yeah, probably like that. Because 4 is the first. He might be in the middle. So that might be
And
four.
First
then
Ned Leeds is pretty cool though.
It is
yeah, first
very
Net Leads is
cool.
cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then this cover is just a freaking great cover. So
Great
there's
cover.
19. So unfortunately, I'm one issue early for Scorpion, but I love this cover.
Yeah, it's a good one.
These would be books that if somehow I can make back the loan, I'd probably grade these and keep these for a little while. Um, so another pretty big book is
First
First
Manta.
Black First Black Manta. These are these are actually yeah pretty nice. It's got a kind of a compound corner crunch there, but same kind of thing. So even more solid spine on this book than the others. That general wear and tear where you're getting some ticks here and stuff like that. But from books from the early '60s, they're pretty solid, especially considering they were purchased by a child and, and
Probably
kept
read once and put in a box.
and kept by a child. So there's that, and then this is first Ocean Master 2, which is another
Big
um,
book. Yeah.
great book.
You're just missing Mira. Otherwise, you'd have the big three for Aquaman.
So I was a kind of really big fan of this very generic trade dress that
Yeah.
they had on the Aquaman title. It's kind of pretty cool.
And a checkered board top too.
Yeah,
Aquaman actually has got some really great covers. Like early Aquaman, they're really nice.
if he had purchased the same level of Marvel that he had DC,
Mm-hmm.
this collection would be insane
Mm-hmm.
because for I probably only got 50 total issues of Marvel, and there's like seven giant keys. So, or not giant, but seven pretty big keys. So first Immortus, um, Avengers 10. This one's actually again pretty freaking nice shape. There's some of these some compound corner creases that you tend to see, but in terms of like
Looks solid, man.
yeah, the sharpness of the corners, like
Even
and the
the spines are like perfect. Like they're not rolled over. Like the
color.
staples look good.
The really crazy part, I think maybe the most crazy part, again, considering this he was a child when he bought these, the page quality, I
Yeah,
think I could get white pages on like 80% of these. It's incredible.
that's good.
Like it really is. It just incredible. Like just you wouldn't anticipate that being the case.
I just
This is
noticed
actually
Joe said, "What's up? What's up, Joe?"
What's up, Joe?
this is not a bit huge book, but it's a pretty hot book right now, and it's just a great Infantino cover.
Yeah.
So this one's in actually really nice shape too.
And they
Um,
just announced that the Penguin series
yeah,
is going straight through now.
Yeah, but you hear about the other one? They killed the Gotham PD show, which I'm
Yeah,
glad they don't. We don't
yeah.
want that.
Who cares about
They
that?
just did that.
so love that classic
It's a great.
Batman dress
Yeah, I
too.
love that one too. That's it looks great.
Um, this one is a pretty big key, but the cover is detached. So that is
Yeah, was that first Teen
first
Titans?
first time that Teen Titans is used in name. Um, so like I said, relatively solid. Again, like you said, Duff, no cover roll. This one actually was kind of disappointing because it's just a bit dirty, and these outer corners are really nice. The spine doesn't actually look ravaged,
It's
but
detached.
it is
It
detached. Yeah,
doesn't look detached. I see staples.
Yeah, it's or I'm sorry, centerfold is detached.
Centerfold's detached. Okay.
The centerfold is detached on that. So then another couple big keys for Teen Titans. First, Beast Boy. This book is actually freaking nice. The purple is great. Color is great.
Yeah, that's a nice one. And that
Um,
what's his name, Mister? What's his name?
well,
The the
this is Jim's dude from Doom Patrol.
yeah,
What's his
Uh,
name, Jim?
yeah.
Brendan Fraser's
Brandon
character.
Fraser. But isn't that Worm from the end of Shazam, right?
Oh, yeah, you might be right. The
I think so.
fantastic Bugman
Oh
and his
no, no,
incredible
it's not Bugman. I think he's like
insect armor.
Mister Mind is the guy from Shazam, right?
And then is um, this is a pretty decent book too. This is Silver Age meets Golden Age Green Lantern.
Beautiful.
Uh, yeah, it's a really cool. I actually really like the anatomy, the cool in action cover on this book. So that's pretty awesome key.
You know he's holding out on us, Jimmy, right?
This is actually probably
It's
Jimmy's
just
favorite book.
escalating.
There's there's
First
there
Hercules.
The guy I
Journey and
just bought a collection from. He's like he had that. He priced it at $85 for me. I was like, I'll take it. And then he's like, I just opened it up to take pictures, and he's like, there's like four pages stuck together. I was like, all right.
so yeah, this is solid. You can see there's a it's not they're not
Yeah,
but there's a tear there,
it's tough with the
and there's
square
a
bound.
small tear here. But
Great book though.
you know, overall color is great. The page quality is really good. Some blunted corner there for sure, but I think still mid grade all day long,
Hmm.
especially with a clean. I think this is mid grade all day long, which this book is going for a shocking amount even in mid grade. Um, so this is probably one that I would um, submit.
Good grade.
Um, this is a
Hercules,
minor book.
Hercules, Hercules.
This is a minor book, but I love it. Is New Gods One, and this one's really
Yeah,
nice too.
it's nice.
I just think this cover is so freaking cool.
I love how it's got that yellowish tinge to it. You think it's dirty, but it's just
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's just
It's just
yellowish.
yeah, it's just that
It
paper.
gave
Yeah.
it a good look. Like I always thought that one was a cool one.
I mean, that's the classic picture of Orion too, isn't it?
Hmm.
Like they use that for stickers, they use that for
Yeah.
everything.
so interesting, bigger book from this is what first what's his name? Animal Man, right?
Animal Man.
Animal Man. So this book is actually in really nice shape too. You can see how black the blacks are there. Interesting thing, there was a couple books that was clearly you can see that tanning where it must have been they must have been stacked flat, and this one got exposed to some light,
Or
or the corner got
moisture.
exposed to some light, so
Or
it's
it's
got some of
moist.
that tanning.
Yeah.
But again, staples are attached. Great, great book. Let's see. Um, couple couple key Superman books. So there's first Superman versus Flash. Um,
It's a great one.
yeah.
Neil
I
Adams.
thought there was a big scratch on it, but turns out it's the starting gun
Yeah.
shooting up the spine here. So that was cool. And then I freaking this book I just love. Like it's is first Dark Side or first Dark Side cameo, whatever you want to call it. This one is in
So
pretty nice.
that's still the money book. So there's the
Yeah,
cameo, and then there's Forever People #1, but that one's considered the Dark Side book to get.
really nice shape.
Yeah.
There looks like almost you can see almost a subscription crease. Can
Yeah.
you see that?
Well,
I
subscription
I
crease
don't
would be directly down the
yeah,
middle.
directly. So it's almost like you rolled it. You might have pinched it.
Every
But
time I see that cover, I think of the Dreadnoughts from GI Joe, the motorcycle gang.
there's a dude here.
Yeah.
It's like biker
Uh
gang.
huh.
But I think this is probably, I think a good portion of this will come out with the press. But I think this one probably is more in that, that 6.5 range. Maybe it could squeeze out a 7,
That's
but
great.
it's really nice. Um, some minor like Tales to Astonish books. Obviously, this is by far the biggest key that is in the lowest grade, probably a 1.8. First Hawkman. This is the only book in the whole collection that had chips,
The
that
chipping.
Marvel chipping.
Hawkeye.
So you can see that Marvel chipping there.
Yeah.
That pretty much
Mine's like
that
that too.
and the spine. You can also see the spine has a lot of stress. So I might be overly critical, but I think it's probably like a 1.8, 2,
Isn't that what I
something
got
like
for my Black Widow? Is like a 1.8, right?
something along those lines. So probably still worth.
Still first Hawkeye.
Yeah, I mean, I this is one I'd have to look at what that 1.825 looks like to determine whether or not it's worth investing the money in that book. This is this is first Teen Titans in actual title. So this is Teen Titans 1 in title. This is actually pretty freaking nice. Certainly just a little dirty, but it's nice. It's got nice sharp corners, a couple of spine ticks. Um, so what I really need to do is hopefully I can find some big DC collectors for some of these
They're out
keys.
there for sure.
And I think I'll be lucky because I think the keys are big enough um, that they're gonna be all right. Um, so So obviously some big books, but none bigger than the last three. There's a lot more of those, nice like 150 to $200 books. But this is a banger, and it's nice. I think probably 5.5 to 6.5. Really, this outer edge is real nice. There's a tiny
Dang.
tear there, and then you can see that corner has a break, but you can see the spine is for all intents and purposes pretty
Yeah,
solid.
for a 40-year-old book, 50-year-old book,
Yeah, I mean it's from 60,
67.
66, 67. So yeah, 55 years old. So pretty nice. The color is fantastic. And then
I love
I
that
think
cover
this
so
I
much.
think this one will certainly get white pages. It is bright
Cool.
bright white. Um, and the back covers were really nice on pretty much everything.
Yeah.
Um, and then finally, the baller books. So boom, Big Baby. This is the
Big.
first cover appearance of Big Baby. So that's why this book is worth money because of Big Baby here.
Mm-hmm.
Especially these shoes that Big Baby's wearing, these loafers.
Why didn't they have like Galactus's shadow like looming over everything? Like it's just so. I mean, I love Kirby, but it doesn't really tell a story. It's just
So
pointing at nothing.
you can see really nothing, very, very minor wear on this outer edge.
And Galactus is not purple. First
There's
Galactus
a
is brown.
corner pinch there, a corner crease there,
Yeah.
and then you can see the spine has that wear.
Still solid, man. Solid book.
So I don't know enough about grading these to really determine, but I would say probably like 5.5,
I
right?
still think you can get in the sixes if it doesn't have anything else going
it,
against it.
it's
Like
it's
if the cover looks beautiful, if it's just the spine quality, then I still think you can get a 6 plus.
so I mean
But
the color is
we've been wrong.
the
So
color is awesome. So
yeah, it's
um,
beautiful.
but what's even in better condition than that is this one.
I'm
Like,
surprised
and
you went in that order. You went 60. You went 49 before you.
yeah, but this cover is way better.
The cover is way better, but it's still the second. But yeah, I
Who cares?
guess
I
I
mean,
know
that one's got Big Baby on it. This
it's
one's
got
got
Big Baby
Galactus front and center and the Surfer.
and Surfer. Yeah, it's beautiful.
So, um, yeah, again, this one certainly they would all. I think you've said this before. Everything would benefit from a press in this time period. Everything's going to benefit from press, but this one has very little in terms of like those the handling marks, and
Right.
then you can see the spine on this one is
Yeah, it's
pretty
nice.
nice. You have some slight issues
I see a
around the
couple around
staples,
the staples, but not much.
which it's pretty decent for a Silver Age book. This wrap is actually pretty solid. Like some of these wraps are so terrible in those Silver Age books,
Yeah.
um, but the colors are just bonkers, and the page quality is. I would really be surprised if these don't get white pages, which is crazy, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So, so those are kind of those are the huge highlights from this collection. So, the goal is to, um,
You get a slow clap, sir. That is a nice collection.
the goal is to move books, you know, is kind of move the, like I said, those minor books as quickly as possible, um, and see if I can't lock books up, like like there's 13 issues of Metamorpho, right? Starting with issue one here. A couple of them have detached cover, but other than that, pretty nice. Metamorpho is not a huge title, but if I can get between, $5 and $15 for some of these issues, especially the ones that are nicer,
Well, you'd sell
nice,
that as a bulk buy, right?
nicer shape. Yeah. So,
Mm-hmm. You'll get
so
a
I will
buyer.
be selling at a marketplace next Saturday, not this Saturday, but the following Saturday. Well,
Yeah, it would definitely
I,
benefit you to not sell number one solo and sell it as a group.
yeah.
Especially if one is not in tip-top shape. Like, I would sell them as a package deal.
So yeah, I mean, some things like this, I'll probably end up putting this as a lot on eBay, as
Mm-hmm.
opposed to like I have probably 35 Silver Age Batman books, so I'd probably put those as individual. I might sell those at an in-person event as individual books. I probably have 50 or 51 action comics and 51 adventure comics, and 12 Hawkmans. Unfortunately, no Hawkman 4.
Do
But
you have what is it? Well, actually, I think it's an Atom book. Is the Zatanna cover?
Yeah, there's unfortunately there's no keys. Um, I think I do have like second Zatanna. Is second Zatanna in Atom? Is
Yeah, I think
Atom?
it's in Atom. She's in the bottom. She's in a circle on the bottom.
Yeah, I think I actually do have that.
That's a hot book, man.
So
Because that's second Zatanna appearance, first Zatanna cover.
so this is a great Robot Man cover.
That's a great book, man.
So
You can't beat that. I mean, not you could sell those all day long for 25-30 bucks a book.
so I mean that's kind of what I'm gonna try and the original goal was to get out to you guys and try and do a small con or even to do Meadowlands with you out there, but timing just is not lining up on our side.
Well, you know
In
me.
terms,
Starting in April 2nd, I'll be at Meadowlands until October.
right.
So I mean,
So
just whenever you want. I know you want to pay your mom back as quickly as possible, but if
I
you
think
can
she's
wait a
she's
couple months,
she's not super
yeah, no,
she's not super worried about it in any way, shape, or
I
form.
got the
Um,
audience for you for sure. And
yeah,
then
and the big thing is I just have um, I have no qualms about moving the run filler books at all, and just keeping like those top 30 or so books to try and make better decisions with them, you know. So there are some books like that early or that Infantino Penguin. It's just good. It's in good shape. It's about a $270 book. I think I could probably get in its grade.
270 raw or graded?
What's that?
270 raw.
I mean, that is that is just on Key Collector. So I would really have to. I'd have to look up what that book is selling for, as a raw book. So, but you know, some of those books like this, I don't think I'll get this graded. You know, I'll sell this.
That's a classic, man.
I know, but it's not this, right? I mean,
No, it's not that, but it's still that is a classic DC cover, and there are not a lot of DC bangers, and that's one of them. Like the first Superman Flash race is a key book.
So in currently what I'm thinking is these three are obviously
Those are keepers going in the collection. Those are PC books.
These are all books that are certainly going to fall in that I'm paying the extra money to get these done books.
But then
right?
again, there's no rush to get those graded. You would do those last.
This is a book that is probably I'm going to pay up to get this done, and I'd probably move from this book. It's a hot book, but it doesn't necessarily have any huge thing other than his first appearance. So that'll probably be a book that I get graded and move on from. I think I'll probably these books I may sell raw and just and get what I can out of those. I think the Star Trek book is pretty hot, or is not necessarily hot, but it's in such a nice grade that this would be worth investing the money in to get this slabbed, because there's a huge line of demarcation for 7 and above versus below on this particular book, and I'm relatively confident in it. This is a book I would
move from.
Press.
That's one you want to
clean press.
I think you should wait on that.
This is a clean press grade and sell right here. So if I wasn't doing this as a business, I would probably hold, but I am doing it as a business. I'm hoping that these are books that I can clean press grade and hold. Yeah. And these I would not pay the $130. These would be books that
I gotta go to the bathroom so bad. I'll be right back. Talk amongst yourselves.
And then you know, these are books between you and I, Jim. I'm just gonna move on from these books. So, but that's kind of where I'm thinking.
I don't know, Jace. I would wait till Aquaman 2 comes out.
When is Aquaman 2 coming out?
It's I think it's, what is it? Is it done filming, or is it started
this summer? Or is it? I gotta wait till 2024 because I gotta pay Mom back this year. I want to pay Mom back this year. So so that's where I'm at mentally.
Well, I mean, if at least wait till the synopsis comes out.
To determine
the synopsis comes out and says Ocean Master takes his revenge. We already know the Black Man is going to be in it quite a bit.
Yeah, those are books I could probably wait a little while for, but that's the goal. I actually established my bank account tomorrow for the business. So
for the business,
nice.
So things are moving in the right direction. And the cool thing is, my business banker is a fellow that I've known for a little while. He is a Magic the Gathering. He started Magic the Gathering card flipping business during the pandemic. He's done incredible money actually
Oh,
already.
really?
In
I just feel like all the good ones were all like in one, the first series, and it's like the same with Pokemon. Once you get past the first series,
he has done really well with those. Yeah, he's done really well with them. Um, so so I was just telling Jimmy, Jimmy's he's telling me that I gotta wait for Aquaman 2.
for the Ocean Master and Manta, I mean
Yeah.
that's really good timing to sell both of those. When's Aquaman 2? It's the end of the year this year?
Who
I
knows?
think
Sometimes between now and the end of time.
Well, I heard they pushed everything back cuz Black Adam got moved back again
It got moved back
to
again?
October now.
Why are they moving?
Warner Brothers keeps shifting. They keep shifting everything back. So I guess it's like what Marvel did. If you move one, you got to move them all. But they're not in a shared universe, so I don't know what the hell they're doing. Warner Brothers is they're. I mean, I liked Batman, and I did like the last Suicide Squad, so I can't bang them too hard. But up until now, there's just no cohesiveness to anything. There's no plan.
Yeah, I think
It's
it's
like go
kind
ahead,
of.
make movies.
Don't you think it's kind of bizarre that like
okay, so yeah, Jay. Aquaman 2 was due to be December 16th, 2022, but it's now March 17th, 2023.
it's a freaking year from next week?
You can't wait
Yeah.
that long to move those books, right?
I gotta get that money. So, which is perfectly fine. Perfectly fine.
So the
Like
Flash is going to be June 23rd that year.
the whole goal, the whole goal is to move as much as I can,
Mm,
and really the goal is to move everything I can and not have to move
the big
FS
ones.
48 or 49. I actually don't care if I had to move everything else if I recoup everything and still have those two. Um, but I need to. I think if the way I looked at, there was about 7 books that I would more than likely like to grade, and they would fall into that $130 tier. Now the caveat to that is if I can move enough of the $5 to $20 books to to make a couple grand, then I might actually be able to wait a little while longer, and wait the 90 days for the lesser tier. Um, the only thing that annoys me is that the $80 tier is significant as well. Now you avoided even the $80 tier, right? Yeah. So that might be something
I put in everything as economy or
as
moderate.
economy, right? So you
Yeah,
paid
300. I paid then
33 plus
$17
15.
and 17 for fast track. So I paid $35 a book.
No, you paid economy though. They were pre 75, so they were $33 plus the 15. Who's in your CGC account more, you or me?
That's true. Oh, I think I shredded them already. Oh wait, no, they're right here. $43 each.
Okay, so that was with your discount, right? So instead of being 48, it was 43.
$43.20 each. So yeah, I got my $4 right exactly. I got my 10% discount for being
Yeah, so
the
so
high tier.
basically you paid half. You didn't go to the $80 tier, which is great.
Yeah, no, I should have.
Yeah, but you also were. I mean, you had every right to, I think, to do what you did, because you couldn't guarantee that they're going to be $1,000, that their fair market is thousand a
No,
thousand
and not
dollars.
only that, my justification is I'm looking at Key Collector and I'm looking at the low section, and low for each one of them was 300, 300, 300. So
Because I ended up paying the standard price for my New Mutants 98 newsstand, and it came back a 9.0, which is only like a $500 book. So
yeah,
my ASM 300, I think we won't. I think we submitted at the at the economies level, because
what do you still have there? Your Hulk magazine
I have
and
my Hulk magazine, I have my Marvel Superheroes 20 Doom, and I have my Spotlight 6.
because I noticed there's only like two things left.
Yeah, it's those two. So the
Those three.
Spotlight 6 and the Doom are one, and the Hulk magazine is in the other.
Yeah, I see that. Two and one, and that's it. Then we just have Michael's
Yeah.
mechanical error. So it's at CC. It's at CCS. Thank you.
Yes, yeah,
Finally, it's at pressing. What a mess.
which it clearly never got to before.
Never got to before. And you know what? And not only that, they actually took my credit card this time, um, which was interesting. Last time I just put check and it was zero and it was free. And this time they asked for my credit card. So I hopefully they don't charge me for this. Either way,
Why?
Michael's gonna pay for it. But
Yeah, but why?
I
Why would it?
think I think if my claim isn't justified, they charge you for it. So
I mean,
hopefully the trail is there and it's justified because obviously you could see me and my rep going back and forth and they took it back as a it's my bad. Obviously somebody because anybody who doesn't know the story, they obviously received it. It's CGC's terms of service is if the box is smashed, they will reject it and return it. So obviously it's been accepted, which means that the box was in decent condition, which means that after it had been graded, somebody dropped them before they were encapsulated.
mhm.
And every single book on the bottom left corner was dinged up. So hopefully Michael gets his books back. So yeah, you got the Hulk magazine, and they're still just scheduled for grading, and Marvel Spotlight 6 and Marvel
It's
Superheroes
just some
20.
serious gall. I'll tell you. I mean, it's not like it wasn't noticeable.
No, it was that was ridiculous.
It was
So if they
bad.
dropped it and then they still encapsulated it, come on, guys! Like it
and
was
and
crunched.
and we'll go over the story again. I'm a little worried because if they were graded then dropped, then the grading is higher than the encapsulation condition, which means that like I said, his Dark Knight Returns is graded at like a 9.0 or a 9.2. The bottom left corner is smashed. I don't think that
Yeah,
would get a 9.0 or a 9.2. I think it would get
yeah,
like a 7.5. So I
yeah.
think it got dropped and after it was graded.
I don't know. That's such a freaking nightmare of a chicken and egg because there is no.
What we'll see is what the grades he got versus the grades he's going to get after pressing. Hopefully they go up, but it could very well go down because they were graded before the drop. That would suck. So anyway,
So this was another awesome cover. I guess is that a Neil Adams cover? Spectre?
is what?
Is that Neil Adams?
Oh, I don't know.
Did he do the
I
Spectre
don't know if
book?
he did Spectre. He definitely did Batman and Superman.
Yeah, such a that's a Spectre one. It's such a cool cover.
That is a really cool cover.
Well, because of you guys this week and all of the great stuff, this is the stack of comics that I'll be selling on eBay in
Selling?
the
No sneak preview? You're not going to spin them around? What are
it's
they?
not like they're like they're nothing like what you guys have. I have a lot of early Spawn in here, ones that are not ones that are either between $10 and $25. I have Eastman and Laird's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in here.
Nice.
I have I have some Kang keys. I have a Spider-Man Unlimited #1. Maximum Carnage begins.
Gotta get that money, Jimbo.
Get the money.
Yeah, I don't. I'm just gonna start it low. We'll see what they get. I just need to
Now,
start unloading stuff.
Jim, that's the question is whether or not you just want to have a box at Dolph's table at the flea market and not have to deal with packaging them. That's the question. Um,
Yep.
because you probably can get equal value, if not better value, and not have to mess around with any packaging.
Yeah,
That's
it's just like there, like quite a few of the spawns I had at and I don't know, they just people just didn't really like. Dolph saw my frustration. Like my sales and the four times I went with them went from this down to this. It was like
you
to the
guys
point
were
where people would just pass my table altogether.
you guys were not exactly the beneficiaries of great weather though. The times you went either, like
It wasn't
No,
even that. We were competing against cons, local shows.
yeah.
We had some slow times because we did run into a couple of Comic Cons, and and there was a one time with the baseball card show where I wasn't doing well. I
Yeah,
think now
I
that
mean
the
that's
shows are back, I think Meadowland's gonna just have less foot traffic, or what they'll do is they'll come really early and then head out to the shows.
yeah, it's incredible the shows that you guys have. I mean it's incredible. I while I might have flea markets, I do not have I don't have
Yeah, you don't
shows
have these little mini cons like they're just that's the benefit of being 40 minutes
near
from
a
New York City.
major city. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, it's gonna kill me. I really wanted to go to King Khan, but I can only go to one of those two. And unfortunately, the Big Apple Con, literally, Assad Ribic is the only artist there that I've actually ever even heard of.
Right.
Like, all the other artists there, I've never even heard their names before. They're obviously not ones that I collect or admire. And like, it's like, ugh. We're going to travel to New York just so I can get a picture with Assad and Assad and shake their hands. And then that's like, hopefully they have some good vendors there for comics, but
Well,
That's
Dolph,
Big Apple Con. What?
you
yeah,
want to get
Big
your
Apple Con.
you want to get your sketch
I
signed,
would
right?
love to get my sketch signed. Yeah, actually, I have to look, and I don't know if I have to pre-order a ticket or I just walk up to him, or. But I would love to get that signed, or at least acknowledged that it's
And it's real,
legit.
right? Yeah.
I would love to have it legitimized.
I could actually write Assad and see what they're planning on doing.
Yeah, I'll even send you a picture of it if you want to say, hey, my buddy bought this at
Yeah,
New
yeah.
York Comic
Send me a
Con.
picture of the sketch and I'll send it over to Assad.
I
Now
appreciate
you
that.
got it from his rep though,
Yeah,
correct?
from Anthony's.
Oh, Anthony's is his guy?
Yeah, Anthony's is his official
His
place
US,
that sells his
his US
artwork.
rep.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, there's certainly a second, but is it just not signed, Dolph? There's just no.
It is not signed, no.
Yeah, and if it is, it's like this. There's this little scratch in the corner that looks like it could be, but it's like
No,
it does not look like his normal
definitely not.
signature.
Assad Ribic's signature reminds me so much of Val Kilmer's signature. It's like two L's.
That is such a very specific
Yeah.
analogy. Val Kilmer.
I used to be in the autograph game a lot, and yeah, it's like when you get Al Pacino's signature, it's just Al. Anybody could write it.
Does it say hoo-wah?
No, it does not say hooah. I
Does
got
it
a lot of
brown
like
hair.
I used to do the through the mail stuff back in the day. So I got like a lot of secretaries too. Like my Clint Eastwood autograph is a secretary. My John Voight signature is a secretary. It's like, okay.
Are they stamps or they're real?
No, a
They're just
secretary just means that his secretary signs stuff for him.
yeah. They're like a
Yeah.
ghost signer, right?
Yeah, exactly. You can tell. It's sad.
Our friend Darren has a really impressive collection of like historical autographs. He
Yeah.
would he would draw
He would draw portraits of the
he
people
would
and then
draw
send them two copies,
pencil
Wow.
portraits.
one for them and then one for them to sign and send back to him.
Wow, that's cool.
And he has what, Jim? A couple hundred, right? 200 or 300.
I did that with Sarah Michelle Gellar. I don't know if that signature is real or not.
Through the mail.
Yeah,
Yeah. I
When I was
remember
a huge Buffy
I
fan.
bought a book a long time ago, and the book had had just tons of addresses and like a ranking like from 1 to 4 stars, and like don't even bother to they'll send something back every time.
Hey Jay, I just got another Batgirl Adam Hughes cover.
Nice.
$2.
Two
Is
bucks.
it is it the second one, Jim? That cool like white
No,
cover?
it's number 5. It's the last one. So now I have 1 and 5
Bookends.
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 Ugh. So big week. I got another potential collection in the fire.
Yeah, let me know
So
about that
that'll
one.
be exciting to see if that pans out. But
Yeah, if you
the
need me, let me
time,
know.
pardon me.
If you need me, let me know.
Yeah,
Because I
yeah.
told you I don't want you
The
overextending yourself too much.
the initial opportunity for us to get together fell through because it was pouring here, and we were going to meet at a parking lot, like you've met with a couple of folks before that you met at the flea market and stuff like that.
Hmm.
And it was pouring here, and so it wasn't going to work out. And then I had told him I had money tied up in this for a little while, but I think I could actually move some books for sure and get to where I would need to be by the end of the month to potentially make an offer on that.
Yeah, good.
And he
So
still doesn't know what he wants, Chase.
no, no, he has no. Um, I think it's going to be a situation where I have to offer, and Dolph and I kind of already talked about what this is. There's 900 books. I would say literally 750 of them. I would even if they're really nice, I would probably bulk out. I mean, they're such odd titles. They're not even necessarily dollar books because they're
Yeah,
odd
it's kind of
titles or
it's such a weird
uh,
one. It's kind of funny that he's got like multiples of the keys.
yeah. Well, he has
Um,
multiples of a lot of the books. I
yeah,
mean, that list he sent me, so there's about 900 books, and of the 900 books, there's only 354 titles, individual titles. And so you
which is
know,
weird. Is this like a snapshot of a store 30 years ago?
so he said it was his father-in-law lived above either a comic shop or a newsstand and would literally go downstairs, buy some comics,
Yeah, but
put them in a
why
bag
why
of
eight? Like eight of them?
what's
That's
that?
why I
Yeah,
mean.
why?
Almost think like maybe
Why?
this store owner's like nobody bought these. Here you go, kid. Like here's
Yeah,
here's
I
whatever I
don't know.
got
Well,
left.
it would have been an older guy, like in his 50s, probably at this point in
Mm,
time, or 40. This gentleman would have been in his 40s or 50s, and but yeah, just would buy multiples of something. So, Jim, I don't know if I told you, but there is 6 Secret Wars 8 in the collection. So I would go from not having one to potentially having six. So,
the irony. That's usually how it happens.
and so the real teeter totter for this, right, is like if he lived above a news shop, then
Hmm.
they're newsstands. If he lived above a comic shop, then they're directs.
Hmm.
Um, so I don't know. I I have a dollar amount in mind, and it's a little lower, but just because of how much work it would be to get rid of the bulk of the collect. I mean, the bulk of the collection would have to move on from for
I think this might be one of those situations where you're gonna you're definitely gonna value your time and money,
yeah,
and you're gonna walk away, and you're gonna leave him with a dollar amount, and I feel like he'll come back in a month or two and be like, you know
yeah,
what, I'll take it,
yeah,
which would be good for you, but you have to make it right for you. Like
yeah,
I think you're gonna give him the offer that makes sense, and then you're gonna walk away, and he'll come back around, or he'll just sell it, like that one dude that I missed out on. It kills me, man, kills me. He sold a $40,000 129 Spider-Man 129 for 13,000. The whole collection. There was a 9/8 Spider-Man 300 in there too.
Were they graded already?
No, but they were beautiful.
Oh.
They were beautiful. Like right off the rack, right in a bag and a board, never even opened. The Punisher was the like I told you, it was even if it was a 9.6, is a $20,000 book.
Hmm.
It was gorgeous.
That's an expensive spine tick, though,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Those kind of books, that
yeah,
one little flaw. I mean, obviously, I've gotten upset that I have a book that's
yeah,
a 9.6 versus a
yeah.
9.8,
When
and
you
it's $360 or
not
$600,
not
but
to mention when you click on that little box and you agree to their terms of services, and you're like, if anything happens while it's in their care, it's not their
oh,
fault.
it's
I
so
mean,
crazy.
anything can happen. I mean that one horror story where the guy what was it? The second appearance of Shazam. He sent it in as a 9.0 reholder and it comes back a 2 because he ripped the cover off.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, he lost. It went from a 9.0 to a 2, and an apology letter. And I think they gave him $800,
Yeah, it's
which is
crazy.
like you lost me like 15 grand and you're giving me $800.
Right, because it was a gold. That's a golden age book, right?
Yeah, it was beautiful.
Jimbo,
But it was a
you got your
CBC.
books, your graded books from last week. You didn't show off your first graded Adam Hughes book.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I gave him
they're right
everything.
downstairs too. I have to
Okay,
run there.
that one was annoying. I wanted that 9.8 for you pretty bad.
Yeah, me too.
They're not giving them away, man. The 9.8 is. I'm seeing more and more videos of fellow YouTubers that are really annoyed with CGC lately.
What
Some of
Jim?
them
What
like what's his name? Not Pressable Defects. Who's the guy you like?
Very Gary?
No, not Very Gary. Very Gary is in another. He's like guys that were like contemporaries are now like they're just exploded so high. Like Very Gary's dealing in like $50,000 collections now. Like he's on another planet.
I love all the New York guys. I love Pressable Defects. I love
Yeah,
Very Gary,
they're all
and I
good,
love
but
E-Rod.
like I said, Very Gary's just evolved so quickly. Like he's on another planet. Like he's driving all over and just handing out tens of thousands of dollars. And in my opinion, he's overpaying for every collection he buys. So I don't know. He doesn't value his time, I don't think, because when you hear what he spends, you're like, wow. That's why they're calling him. He's giving away too much money.
Yeah, I mean, I love E-Rod too. Was it E-Rod's video that you were talking about?
Which one?
You were just saying about was it somebody you were watching a video was somebody that I like.
Oh no, it's that blonde kid who lives in southern Jersey.
Oh, Mint Hunter Comics.
Yes, Minhunter Comics, which I like his videos too.
Yeah.
He's got good content. Um, but yeah, he got banged for some pretty bad grades recently, and then
Yeah.
so did Bry. Bry just sent a bunch of stuff in, and he's like, pff. But he's also I swear, it's like the same things getting repeated. Like you get a book back, it's a lower grade than you think, and you're like, I don't remember that scuff being there. I don't remember that being there. I don't
Yeah.
remember it being polybagged. Like, are we
Right.
getting our own books back or not? Like,
Yeah.
that's I'm
You don't
hearing that it's like
remember
the same story.
an inch and a half long tear in the back cover.
Yeah, I
of,
mean, really. I mean,
of
come
your
on.
X-Men 53.
I
Ridiculous.
tell you, it's going to be worth it where you literally are sending pictures that you took of the books before you
Well,
send them in,
that's what Dolph was saying. Scan the front and the back.
I want to
is-
scan the
and then
front and
you
the
have
back.
them as proof.
Well,
And
they
then you
actually
go,
provide
I
that
expect the
service.
books to look this way when they come back. Like,
They provide that service for like $8 a book or something like that. They'll take photos of them.
Yeah, the last batch, the only one that I know, the only one that I have any suspicion that like was the ones with color rub. That is my fault. That is not something I was paying attention to, and that is 100% on me. The only one I really have a problem with is that Marvel Point One Sam Alexander because it did not have it did not have a corner ding in it. It was a rock solid, straight as an arrow spine, and that I'm positive of. But the other books are obviously 100% my fault. It's stupid mistake, rookie mistake, something I'll learn from and I won't hopefully won't do again. But yeah, for the most part, I mean that is a concern for these books. Obviously, when you've got much bigger books now, the benefit is these are not 9-8 contenders. So the any condition issues, unless it was a drastic issue, are just minor issues. They're not even really gonna impact these like half a grade. I mean, it'd be pretty. It would have to be pretty significant to impact them like half a grade. So,
Yeah.
uh, so but that's where we're at. So I'm hoping, like I said, to sell through some of this stuff as quickly as possible. Get together enough money that it makes sense to get some of the bigger books that I'm interested in moving on from graded. I would love to have the FF 48 and 49 encapsulated like right away, but also if I have no intention of moving them right away, have some time with those. So it might just be,
I honestly think that's the last thing you do. If they're going right in the PC, because then you'll know where you're at. Those things are going in the PC. Those books are the last thing you grade. Even though
yeah,
you'd
yeah. I
like to
mean,
see what they come back as, but those four books you kind of just put away on the side, and you'll revisit them in a year because they're fine the way they are.
yeah, they're certainly. I don't know if they'll be PC long term, since again this is a business, but they are certainly holds for appreciation. Um, uh, Both me aesthetically appreciating them and B their monetary appreciation
Yeah,
for
and
sure.
in all honesty, I think your first four submissions should be Ocean Master, Black Mana, Hercules, and I honestly would have graded that Peacemaker before floating it online. But you're definitely gonna make 6x what you spent for it because you only
Yeah.
spent like $20 on it. So I
Spent
mean,
thirty
you've
seven
definitely
dollars, so I'm already at 6x.
yeah, you got a
So
multiple on that one, so you've already paid for that book. But as far as that other collection go, Ocean Master, Manta, if you're moving those books, probably a couple of those Teen Titans books. The Beast Boy might do well. That Hercules will definitely do well if you're not, and the Juggernaut will fly off the shelf if you have it slabbed.
yeah,
If you have no intention of keeping the Juggernaut, that's a great one to get slabbed now too.
yeah, I don't have any intention of keeping that. The question is about some of the Teen Titans books, because they're kind of in that like 600 or $700 range, like on a
Oh,
high
that
end.
reminds me. I would throw that Animal Man in there too. That's a big book, and Animal Man's getting talked about, so I would
Yeah,
throw
yeah,
that in
that's
there.
that's for sure. So like those are books that I'm going to kind of be on the fence, and to be perfectly honest, when I'm the next time I come out there to see you guys, which will be less than a month from now, there'll probably be books that I bring with me because they'd obviously come to you anyway.
Well,
Um,
you know what I'll
yeah,
also do is, maybe we'll do a little bit of pressing school too. I'll show
yeah,
you how I do it, and you already know your way around the press. So I mean, then it's just getting like the backer boards and Teflon sheets and a a iron, and I'll send you on your way, and you can start doing them yourself.
yeah. That's something I for sure certain want to get started doing, because there's even books that I have that like I said, my PC, I'm going to kind of do like I'm going to try and do ASM like 200 to 400 to start, and
Hmm.
I've got a good jump. I've got like 65 of them from the two collections that really from the one collection,
Yeah.
um, and I've got the three biggest books in that whole run. Well, I guess if I do 200, I need Hobgoblin, but I do have 298, 299, 300 already. So those are good starts, and I've got 316, a little lower grade, but I've got it as well. And I've got
And again,
316.
Jace, if you do want some of them,
Yeah, I know. You got
you
your
you're giving me, I can give you.
Jimbo, I'm hoping to I'm
I
hoping
almost I almost have I almost have 300 through what 325.
yeah, well you almost have
I'm missing a couple,
through the end of his
but
run is 328, I think. It's either 328 or 329 before Larson starts. Um, so I don't know that we ever had 301. That's the one book I can't remember whether we ever had that book or not.
that was the white cover.
Yeah, it's the cover swipe of 300,
Yeah.
but with
Yeah,
a
I
with a
think we
blank
I
cover.
think we had it, but it
That's
was
the one I
very
just
early
got
on
as
when we were
Mark
collecting it.
Jewelers.
What's that?
That's the one I just bought as a Mark Jewelers.
Oh yeah, that's right. You got that, and you got Star Wars
The
68, right?
Mandalorian is the
Yeah.
Mark
Oh yeah,
Jewelers
Dolph,
too.
did you have an update on your giveaway?
Oh yeah. I don't know. Yes, I do. I'm gonna record a video on the giveaway specifically. But yeah, these are the three books we're giving away. The Arthur Heller, the Rintra, and the John Tyler Christopher Boba Fett second print. But yeah, I think I'm going to record a video just talking about the giveaway, and then I'm going to start with one of them, and then we'll probably give it away live here. But that video, probably in the giveaway video, I'll say, you got to be a subscriber, you got to comment, and you got to like the video, and then we'll give away something. Are you guys even sub to me?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's up to you.
Well, I don't know. You guys aren't even like signed up for New High Auctions. I'm like my friends aren't even signed up for my auction site.
I gotta sign up. Yeah,
um,
I've been subbed for over a year now.
have you been? I don't even know how you tell that. But anyway, so I will do a video on the giveaway, and then we'll do live. We'll do the spin the wheel or whatever, and give the book away. We'll do one.
I
We'll
was
probably do like
positive we
once
were gonna
every.
have you were gonna have more subs after this video dropped. I mean, come on. What do we
I
need to
I
do for
have
you?
been so since I've been talking about the giveaway, I have increased in subs, but I'm still like 337. It's so funny. Like CGL, like Chris, he started a year after me and he's got 1,300 now. It's like I
Well, are
can't
you
even.
freaking doing
I have
Instagram?
I have 5 videos. He doesn't. He doesn't have Instagram. I have like 5 videos a week, and I can't get more people.
People
For
love those. People love those hunting flea market videos.
I mean,
Like,
I do them, but it's basically the end result. People did like
Wow,
when I.
Dolph, if you do search of New High Auctions, it's New High Auctions, and Sotheby's. Wow.
Nice. I'm right up there, man.
Yeah.
Big time. That's the big time. I mean, that was a big deal. I got like audited so I can accept credit cards. Like I was the most I've ever had, the most I ever put into starting a company.
what, like, let's talk about where we're at right now, by the way. What's happening with the big comic collection is it going to come to
He's
the
coming back
site?
to New Jersey in April. He's a snow
Okay.
bunny. He's in Florida right now.
Oh, okay. Now is that definitely coming to you for the site?
I called him. Yeah, I called him.
That's
He's like,
exciting.
I'll he give you a shout as soon as I get back. So that's at least 200 long boxes of comics.
And like are they sorted? Are they organized?
No,
Oh boy.
no. I figure what I'm gonna do is I will
That
grab
sounds like that sounds like I'm going to come out and work for free. I'll love doing that.
that, but that's what I mean. Like I even told Jimmy, I said, "You want to help? I'll definitely cut you in on a point. Like I'll give you like a percentage point for everything you want to help me with. But I need
That's
help. It's a lot of pictures, a lot of posting, but
Oh my God, can you imagine how much work that is?
it's a lot of work. I have Nick wanting to help, but I mean, I still haven't even put more than the one auction up. I took a bunch of pictures. Now I got to do the listings. But
Are
the
they
software,
bagged and boarded?
they appeared to be, but who knows?
But like new bags and boards or just
Jason, I literally pulled 2 long boxes down. It was all Valiant and
okay.
Image like 90s crapola.
Okay, yeah, but
But he
not
said
not
there's a lot.
problematic.
He said there's a lot of bad. And plus, not only that, like I didn't buy them. I'm just selling them for him. So whatever he gets, I get a cut. And he's got a lot of like Bowen statues, and he's got a lot of art like lightsabers and like I don't know about master replica stuff, but he's got a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah, that's cool.
So yeah, and his kids don't want to have anything to do with it. He's like, I said, listen, I'll do this for you.
You know,
It'll
it's
be my
gonna be
pleasure.
it's just like that collection though that I may get, right? You're gonna have a ton of crap in that Valiant stuff, but then if you hit a spawn run and they have beyond 100, all of a sudden it's like ching 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 ching
Yeah.
ching,
I
right?
mean, I'll
Like,
take a long box and make one long box in auction. That's
yeah,
300 books. I'll bulk out some of it, and maybe there's some, but whatever the contents of that box is, I'll make that a day.
yeah,
That's an auction, and then I'll go to the next one, and that's an auction. Like
yeah,
I'll just do it like that. So whatever the
yeah,
contents is, keys or not, I'll just sell them off.
yeah. That makes sense.
So it's just easy to take one at a time. I'm probably gonna have to get a storage locker to basically move his storage locker to me. I'll get like a U-Haul and bring everything to me, and I'll have to store it. Maybe I'll get one of those pods in the driveway. My wife will love that.
You know what you know what you should look for, and this is probably something you've already thought about, but like Facebook Marketplace just for pallet racking, like see if any stores are going out of business. That maybe you could pick up like erector set pallet racking, because oftentimes you can pick it up pretty cheap, and it's normally very expensive, obviously. But if you were to get a storage unit, then you could at least get everything off the floor, and it's be easier to see everything, right?
Kind of. I mean, the way he's literally got it like three, 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 like
Right. You've got
four
it on
high.
freaking basically
Mm-hmm.
essentially like you'd stick it on a pallet. But what I
Mm-hmm.
mean is like
Oh, I know what you
what
mean, but
what is behind you there? Is that one of those shelving
that's
units
exactly
from
what that is.
Home
But
Depot?
but
Yeah.
there's also a lot of dead space in those too. So
Sure.
yeah, they're not because I have a couple in the back. That's where I keep my collection. So for every shelf you have 6 inches of dead air. Where if you're
Yeah.
just stacking them on top of each other and maybe a piece of like plywood in between to keep everything structural. Um, yeah, I think it's just like pull down a box and list it, and pull down a box and list it.
Yeah, that is a 200 long boxes. Is that what you said?
200 long boxes.
That's bonkers, man.
It is literally,
That's
yeah, it's
60,000 comic books.
yeah, yeah. I got a picture of it. I don't know if I can show you.
I mean, Jimmy and I thought we had problems cleaning out our our dad's stuff. Good Lord.
It's a
Oh,
lot of comics.
60,000 comic books. That both makes me super super excited and also gives me incredible anxiety at
Yeah,
the same time.
I'm
Well,
definitely in the super excited camp.
Dolph, didn't
Uh,
you didn't you buy this? Didn't you buy that book from that on the auction?
I did. First
Yeah.
Parasite. I love that box. I have so many of those now. Like every time I go to a con and I see one for under $50, I buy it. I love that comic. That's but they're not gonna. I think if they do anything, it'll be more like the modern version of Parasite, not that one.
Mhm.
Um,
You're making a show?
I am. We're live. Hello, wife.
Huh?
How are you?
You're talking to?
Jason and Jimmy.
Hi.
Have you ever met Jason?
I
I know you met Jimmy. Do you want to say hi?
Oh, they look so much alike.
Yeah, we're kind of winding down. Jason just bought a monster of a collection, a comic collection. A really nice one.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
She doesn't mean that. She doesn't care.
Well,
This is
you
what
see
I
all
tell.
this stuff is like very.
I tell her something like that. She's like, I don't care.
Just clean it up. Just clean it up. Okay, I gotta go to bed.
Go to bed. Good night. Yeah, I can't find the
She doesn't-
picture. Where is
She
it?
doesn't care.
She doesn't care. That's what I get. Clean this up. I guess I don't have it. I thought I did.
Well, if Amanda heard that, she'd go, "When are you guys going to start your business?"
Which business is that?
She wants us to all she wants us to buy a comic shop.
I only know one person's selling a comic shop.
Yeah, I know.
We don't have that kind of money. Plus, not only that, like in order to do it the way he wants to do it, you have to adopt him because he wants to still be able to sell his hot toys.
He wants to be able to sell his wife.
So Rick wants to still keep his hot toy account and still be able to sell like hot toys and sideshow stuff.
What are hot toys?
What's that?
What are hot toys?
Hot toys are the 1/6 scale opposable figures.
Okay.
They're cool. I mean, but
Yeah.
and when you're buying wholesale and you're selling them, you do all right.
Well, he can. He would just have to give us a large percentage.
Yeah, he doesn't want to do that. He just needs the brick and mortar so he can keep the account.
Well, then he would have to rent space from us.
That's
How do I? There we go. All right, you see that?
There you go, Dolph. He would just have to rent space.
Either that or you'd have
Can
to.
you see that?
Good Lord. I thought you said they were nicely stacked.
No. No. You can see that or no?
Yes. Yes.
See all the bones
Horrendous.
that I mean it's massive. There's so much stuff in there.
It's giving me major
Yeah.
agita.
It'll be fun though.
It would be a lot.
Definitely be a lot of fun to go through.
Well,
Yeah.
I've got about 500 or 480 books still to rebag, board, count pages, and check stables on this collection. So I was shocked at how long it takes when you do really need to check staples and count pages. I mean, I
Yeah.
haven't found a single one where there was any page issues, but I did find
It's
some
too
very
bad,
minor keys.
and you have a bunch of those 80-page giants in there too.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, I did
a
find
lot
some
of
of the.
counting.
There was a gold key Mighty Samson where there was a advertisement on the back for you could potentially make $100 by selling boxes of Christmas cards, and
Nice.
he had cut out the coupon and sent it in. So, did you guys happen to see my Instagram post yesterday of the advertisement in the back of X-Men
Yeah,
12?
I did.
I mean,
I love it.
so good.
Yeah.
Did you read it, Jim?
Yes, I did, Jace.
I mean, first off, it's like it's half of a novel on the back there, and then second off,
Yeah.
they're calling kids slobs and stuff like that. It's so aggressive. You'd never
Yeah.
get away with that today.
No.
Telling you that you'd be the most popular guy in your padded cell, like basically just calling people insane.
Yep.
It's
All
a
right, gotta move
different-
these over.
different world.
Oh, I gotta start reading this. Nice house on the lake, tiny and goodness.
yeah.
I love getting the trades.
I'm surprised it's that thick. I didn't even know they had that many
This is
issues.
6 issues.
Jeez.
Right when they print 8, I think they usually come out with the trade, even though it's 6. So I've been buying that one, and I've been buying Something's Killing the Children, and then the other one, my God, the one that I keep forgetting is the conspiracy theory one. What the hell?
Department of Truth.
Department of Truth. You guys got to read it, man. It's awesome. It's so good. And then now, because
Speaking
of
of,
all the excitement, I want to reread Jason Aaron's Gore Run.
Yeah.
I got to reread it
Yeah,
again.
I want to read that before.
I told you I'll get you guys the digital copies if you guys
I want
want
to
to
read that
it.
before Love and Thunder comes out.
I have the trade of.
Oh,
I think
yeah,
I
you
have
do.
I have the trade of both
That one in Mighty.
that and God Bomb.
Oh, God Bomb.
Jim,
forgot about that.
you've got to send me your list of what gaps you have for your
Thor?
yeah, God of
What is it?
Thunder.
I have. I'm missing what? 4, 6.
You're missing 4. I thought I gave you 4.
You gave me. You
No,
got me 2.
Oh,
two,
2.
yeah.
2 is first gore. That's right.
Yeah, and then 4 is a big book too. It's the
4 is
4 is
the
the
gore cover.
that's that great gore cover. Yeah.
Yeah.
But is that first? Not first Necrosword. Necrosword's 2.
No,
What
that's
happens in
what
4?
is that? It's like null cameo, right? An
Yeah.
origin of gore.
I don't know what number 6 is though.
6 is that Thor? It's just the Thor cover, right? I gotta look now.
I don't know
You-
why I'm missing 6.
You have a majority of the ones that are like 30 and $40.
Yeah, I have a majority of them in general. I think it's just a couple of those early, maybe
Yeah.
2 of the early ones that I'm missing.
Oh, 4 is second gore. That's a Odin cover. 5 is the one where he's fighting Gore. That's the origin of God Butcher. Well,
Yeah, Jimmy, you have
Oh.
5,
I like
Yeah, I have 5.
your
It's-
brand with that.
6.
I think it's 4 and 6 that I'm missing.
6
Yeah,
is the Gore.
6 is the gore cover. It's the origin, and it's the first null cameo.
Whoa, that one's $150?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's almost as much as the first. It's like, yeah, it's really
$900 for the newsstand?
Yeah.
Holy
Yeah.
crap!
Yeah, Dolph. Can you imagine when I was telling you guys about the Sod Revik's artwork in this Thor book that I missed freaking months of these? So annoying
Oh my god!
because I just couldn't get the Comic Fortress once a month to get my books.
Jim, the good thing is you got like 20 of issue number 1 now. What did you get? You have this Ribic variant, right?
Yeah.
And then you have the second printing, right, with the blue
I
bottom.
have the
of it.
first print, second print, and the Halloween Fest.
So the newsstand though is the big one. That's $180. Wow. Wow.
Yeah, the newsstands of those are
Newsstand
crazy.
to all of these are like crazy money. It's like 5x.
Well, they're from 2013, so the newsstands would have been stupid small runs at that point in time.
Wow.
Yeah, did
Yeah,
you
all I
see-
need to do is find a collector who doesn't know the difference between newsstand and
They're out there.
yeah,
Did
they're
you
out
see,
there.
Dolph, did you see number 2, the second print?
Mm-mm. Oh, I didn't first gore, second print. No, what is it?
Yeah,
Wait, hold
it's-
on. I'm just gonna look at it.
it's $100+ more than the first print now.
Yeah, they're insane.
$550. First gore newsstand. Wait, so null is more? Null is more than gore?
Yeah,
Why?
wow. The newsstand, I don't know. Maybe they were even a smaller print run possibly at that point in time.
So that Acuna cover, that 1 in 50 is the nicest of them all. $650. I'm not really thrilled with it though. Thor on a horse, Pegasus.
Jim, did you see there's a number 1 in 50 1 in 50 variant of number 4 that's a Koipel cover?
Number 4, you said, Jace?
Yeah, and it's a Koipel cover.
It's pretty cool. Thor on fire.
Oh wow.
Man, these newsstands are crazy.
Jimbo, you should check your 9 copies of number 1 just to make sure none of them are newsstands, because we got a couple of you picked up a couple that day at the flea market.
Taika Waititi confirmed space sharks in Thor 4.
Yeah, Jace, I have the second print and the 1 in 25 variant. Wow.
I gotta
what
look
is
if
the
I have
difference
any of
between
those
that?
newsstands because I got a bunch of those number twos. That'd be cool if I had a newsstand.
How do you find the?
But the
Well,
thing
it's
is, so here's the thing though. Null was always that number 4 of that other book.
the
First
Venom.
appearance in Null, the Venom book.
Venom. Yeah.
So did they retroactively go back and claim that that was Null all along as in cameo because Null wasn't a thing during Gore?
Retcon, you mean?
Retcon. Yeah. What did I
ret-
say? Retrofit.
Yeah,
Retcon.
You retroactively.
Well, they call it the
Retro-
Necrosword, right? They call it the Necrosword.
Necrosword is in the 2.
Yeah.
But Null, because everybody, Chris, when I drove him home from Batman, he's like, well, so what was the black slime? I was like, it was never Null. It was never even a symbiote. It was just like, it was just evil. It was something that just took over Gore and gave him all these powers. Like, he was just, almost like,
And you could
Oh,
create those
explain.
creatures from it and everything.
yeah.
The black
it was,
hellhounds.
it was a sentient being, but it wasn't a symbiote. It wasn't Venom. I think they just, like you said, they retconned it so that it was Null, but I don't think it was Null at the time. I don't remember.
Wow,
it being
Jace,
like
you
that.
might be right.
What, Jim?
I will have to look at my number ones.
Yeah, because there's almost no difference, Jim. It's just
Yeah, all the only difference is it says the mighty Thor, Thor God of Thunder, printed in the barcode.
right, and what it doesn't say direct.
Other than that, it looks exactly the same.
It doesn't say direct edition.
It doesn't
Like,
say direct edition and newsstand edition.
oh, it doesn't. It doesn't say direct.
No.
So it's just about whether or not it says the name in the barcode. Because that's primarily the way you tell modern books, just whether it says direct edition or not.
Yeah.
And the newsstands.
It is annoying that I don't have some of these.
The
How do you
newsstands
not
for the
have some of them?
I don't have the 1 in 50 print.
Oh, you mean like some of those? Like you're talking.
I don't have the
variants
1 in
and stuff.
10 or the
Yeah.
1 in 150.
A lot of people don't have those.
Yeah. Well, the thing about those books, right, is because the print runs are because they weren't ordered.
Yeah,
a lot of shops would have never even got
right.
the one.
Exactly. Not only are they low printed, but if there's 1 per 50 or 1 per 50, and they're already low printed, there's very little of those.
Yeah,
That's how you get to that Filoni Clone Wars because nobody bought them.
Filoni Cloney.
I would
did
love
Chris
to come
say
across
he
one
didn't
of
have
those.
that book though?
He does not have Clone Wars 1. I remember we keep talking about that.
Have you? Is that something you even look for on eBay? Like, or are they just so insanely priced that?
Well, I have 2 of them now. They just fell in my lap.
No, the Filoni one.
Oh no, I don't even have a search for them. I don't even bother. I can't imagine somebody posting one not knowing what it is. That's not an accident on that one.
Sure.
Like I can imagine you sniping a newsstand because it's mislabeled. Like I went and bought it said Madam Web Jewelers variant, right?
Uh-huh.
And he had it super cheap, like $100. And it was like near mint, first appearance of Madam Web, Mark Jewelers. I scooped it right up, and then he writes me an email. He's like, "I'm sorry, I mislisted it. It's not a Mark Jewelers." He's like, "Do you still want it?" I was like, "No."
Like, how would you mislabel that?
Well, not only that, so here I bought it and asked him. I was like, "Can you please take a picture of the Mark Jewelers insert?" And he's like, "It doesn't have one." I was like, I mean, he was apologetic and sent me my money right back, but I mean, like, dude. He's like all he was doing, he was just like going off of like a copy and paste off a template.
Right.
And he's like,
right.
he just
that's what he did. He basically
he hastily posted it and he didn't look, and
because like
that's how that happens.
That's what the eBay will automatically default to that now, try and get you to just use somebody else's listing.
Yeah.
And the problem with that is you really have to look exactly as what did they list, because if there's something specific or unique about what they listed, you need to make sure you don't list the same thing, right?
Yeah, like I'm listing my Batman black and white statue, my Jay Lee. And in the description that I cut and pasted from, it gave the number of the edition. I have
Are
to
you
make
bidding
sure
on my
that
comic book? Oh my god. Dolph just bid on my comic book. Well, did
So
somebody outbid you right away?
I bid 300 and I was outbid, so I bid 305.
Oh snap, girl.
I want it if I can get it.
I
Fair
thought you said
price.
that your limit was 175 or something.
Yeah.
Well, after looking, this book does go for $500 in decent grade. So I'll if I can snipe it at 300.
Did you guys see this? Have you seen that before?
No, I've
Oh,
never
that's pretty
seen that.
cool.
That is cool.
It does look a bit more like
Miles, right?
Miles.
Mhm.
So I think this is that. What's that?
Oh no.
What's the kid's name?
He just dropped it.
Just dropped it. What's the kid's name?
What's the kid's name? That's remember that they that drew this or
Oh, I don't know.
it's really interesting. It's so this was from '83, but they basically published like the whole story um, of like I guess Jim Shooter's correspondence with this kid
Oh.
Danny
What did he ask for it?
no so a kid or a young person basically created the symbiote and wrote a letter to the editor saying like with the kind of the construct of the story and Marvel bought it from him for like $300 or something
Wow.
like that. Yeah, I can't remember exactly what the dollar amount was, but it's cool. There's notes here. I don't know whether this was Shooter writing back and forth, but it said, Danny, how about putting an extra joint in the legs, in the for the emblem, because that's when the spider got that second curve to the
Yeah, right.
to the thing. So it's pretty neat.
That is cool. That's like that George R. Martin letter or that McFarlane letter. Like that Foom I have. That Foom is awesome. That's the Wolverine prototype.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
that I gave Jimmy that book recently, that comic with the McFarlane letter in it.
Yeah,
It's
the
a
yeah, you
McFarlane
did.
letter.
That's right.
Supergirl
Mm-hmm.
book.
He was quite articulate when he was a kid.
Oh, here you go, guys. Here's the kid's original.
He drew that?
Yeah, the kid had submitted that.
That's pretty cool.
Doesn't it really remind you of Miles?
Sure does.
Yeah, and he even put the little square on the wrists.
Yeah.
Wow,
$300, huh?
man.
You have to look it up. I think it was like 300 or $350, something like that. It's interesting too.
I hope the kid used that $350 to go buy a a 9.8
Secret Wars
something.
8. Secret Wars 8. Yeah. It's interesting though. The Marvel Age books, because they were what were they? They were 25 cents, right? The paper quality is just garbage,
Yeah.
or the
Yeah.
print quality
Yeah.
in these early Marvel Ages is just garbage. Like
Yeah.
you'll have to, you should see it. It looks like it was photocopied. The interiors of the articles. It really is terrible.
Yeah, Marvel is definitely feeling it because their paper quality just went down the tubes.
See, Dolph, I did not anticipate you wanting Peacemaker at all because you said this was the book that you were interested in.
Well, I want that one too, but that one will come to me, I think. I'm not
Oh, yeah.
chasing it because it's not anybody's first appearance. It's not, there's nothing really behind it. Just
Yeah.
that they're all together for the first time.
I do really like the
I love
shoulder
that
bumps.
cover though. What's that? Yeah,
I do like the little shoulder bumps,
Yeah.
their heads.
it's a great cover.
Especially Morbius's head just kind of runs into man thing here.
I think my favorite part of that cover too is Ghost Rider at the bottom. I love.
Yeah.
He really sticks out for me. It's a great book. Very cool.
It was such an odd book in that Marvel Premiere run too, because like in the Marvel Premiere run, there was like those runs of 3 or 4
Hmm.
issues of each character. Because I think the first, what, 1 and 2 is Warlock, right? Or 1 through 5 is Warlock,
Yeah.
and then there's the couple of the Ant-Mans, the Scott Lang
The Scott
Ant-Mans in
Lang.
there
Yeah.
and stuff
Then
like
it goes
that.
to
Then
Iron
the later
Fist.
ones is the weird titles like the Alice Cooper, I think, and Doctor Who
Hmm.
are in that run as well. So
Yep.
um, such an odd series.
Isn't the Saturday Night Live or Not Ready for Prime Timers are in that one?
I don't know. It's
Is
such
that
a
Marvel
odd,
Premiere or is that I don't remember. And
very
then of
odd.
course Iron Fist.
What's that? Yeah,
Iron
that's true.
Fist.
Yeah, because there's what, eight Iron Fist books I think in that run too.
I still
So
think that's another insanely underpriced book. You can
um,
get. I was just looking. You can get like a really mid-high grade for like $400.
dude, that Marvel Premiere 2, that Warlock book has jumped. It was like a
Yeah.
$25 book, and now it's like 125.
Yep. I have a really nice number one. It's just got like purple ink on the back top, but I paid nothing for it. Like it came in a collection that I bought the whole collection for $400, and it had a 3.0 first Mr. Freeze in it. So that paid for that's like a
Yeah.
that's a $2,000 book. So I already paid for everything. So the rest is just gimme.
When are you going to submit your when are you going to submit your Ra's al Ghul?
I'm terrified to submit that one. I don't want anything to happen to it. It's so nice. It is really nice. I have 3 of them now. I want to submit
So,
all
Dolph,
3 of
if you
them.
went to Florida and walked into CGC, could they do it for you in like 3 days?
I mean, I'm so scared to submit that thing. I don't want anything to happen to it. It's beautiful. I mean, I have to submit it, but I think I don't know. I would like to think that it came back a high 9. But
Mhm.
who knows? I would. I don't know if I'd be disappointed for a 9.0 and above, but I really think it's better than that. But you never know. This is like one of those things. I mean, I can always crack it open, but if
Yeah,
it,
but the money you're going to spend to resubmit and all that extra stuff. It's just,
yeah,
I
and there's
mean,
also like Rick gets a purple label. There's no glue on that cover,
yeah.
and Henry gets a purple label for his cap. I mean, for color touch. I mean, it's ridiculous. So now I got to go over everything with a black light, count pages, make sure there's no foreign substances. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, that's one I got to submit. That's probably it could be one of my biggest books just because it's so high grade.
Yeah.
Because I've always lived in a mid-grade world. I'd get all these first appearances, and they're anywhere from like 2.5s to 5.5s. I never really bought anything high grade.
Mhm.
That's definitely another universe.
And you got
Dolph,
that
would that
off of eBay,
be
right?
advantageous to like submit through a larger? Like Chris says that he submits all his through Torpedo Comics.
Yeah.
Would I
Uh,
mean, do you think CGC would take better care of
I
something from a
sure would
customer
like
that's
to
so
think.
huge?
I would sure like to think that there's no bias there, but we all know
You
there
would,
is. Like if I went to Midtown and said, I want to submit this. Here's my book, but I don't know if I want to just give it to, like, you can walk something in at Comic-Con and
Right. That's the question. Like, sorry, my contact fell out.
it's
Is when you walk something in at Comic Con, is that safe? Like, who knows what the safest
Yeah,
way
I've
is?
never felt comfortable walking in with a stack of books and a piece of paper and say, "Here, CGC." Do you ever see what they do with them? They basically put the piece of paper down, put your books on top of it, and it goes into a vertically a vertically standing short box right there, and right there behind them on at the booth. Like, they go to get lunch, and that box is just sitting there.
That that's freaking
It's
crazy.
nuts. Like, anybody, it's just so open. So I never felt comfortable doing that. But then you got to put stuff in through the mail. We just read that New York is going to have a submission site, so maybe I walk it in there or
Yeah.
maybe I wait until they got one in New York and say, here.
It's
And
insane to me that
that
they
is-
don't have one already.
That's
In New
essentially going to be what, like a storefront?
It really is. I mean,
Well,
come
Jimmy,
to think of
they
it,
were-
like
they
New
were in
York
New
is
Jersey.
the capital of comics. Like, it's the capital of comics.
Yeah, they were in New Jersey. They left. They were right around Meadowlands. They packed up and left for Florida.
It's friggin' cheaper,
It's
probably.
way cheaper. That's why. But they know because CGC was bought by, was it Jay-Z, or did Jay-Z buy Jay-Z bought CGC? And I think his
an ownership group, right?
but his first order of business was 3 new locations, one on the West Coast, one in the Midwest, and one in the Northeast.
Yeah, that's actually the thing. Like I said, I posted that picture, that Mary Marvel bullpen page
Hmm.
from the X-Men 10. The thing that I thought was, the back is hilarious, but the thing I thought was probably the coolest was, you make your check or money order out to Marvel Comics Group, Marvel T-shirt, 625 Madison Avenue, New York, New York.
Yeah.
I just thought that was crazy. And the idea, to Jimmy's point, that DC and Marvel were just
Oh, they were
literally across
blocks
the
from-
street
yeah.
from one another.
They were blocks away.
Like, just, that's bonkers.
There was a guy at New York Comic Con. He had 6 in the bag, those Marvel T-shirts from the mailaways. 6 of them. He
That's
wanted $500 a piece.
I think that's probably cheap.
They were like
Like-
bright white T-shirts with the Hulk, Spider-Man, Thor, Doctor Strange. It was
That's-
like, I couldn't believe what I was looking at. I was like, this is amazing, but they were so expensive. But yeah, you're right. It's probably worth it.
I mean, can you imagine? There's probably fewer of those around than the actual comics themselves.
In the bag? Yeah. Yes.
And not to mention
yes,
how many
yes.
comics, how many of those huge keys are destroyed because they clipped the coupon out of the back.
Yeah. True. Yep. So, yeah, I mean, Jimmy, back
there's-
to your question, if I'm bringing out and, like, you guys are deciding which 10 I should submit, that Ra's al Ghul is definitely one of them. I should be sending that one in.
Do you have Fallout 4s that you haven't submitted?
I have 3 of them. 2 in a poly bag that I got to cut out, so I got to press those because that rear spine crease is going to be in them, and it's really hard to remove.
Is that something you would even like see if like?
Well, here's the thing. Like, after I discovered it, you kind of knew it, that any
The
pressing
regression.
over time will reoccur or come back.
Yeah.
I almost want to know, like, maybe, I'm confident in my abilities, but maybe sending it to CCS, having them pressing and going right to slabbing might be better, because then any pressing will hold. Maybe that's worth it, especially those Ultimate Fallouts, because they're moderns. Like, okay, you guys do it. Like, I might
They're all first copies, first prints.
I have 3 firsts, I have 1 second, and I have 1 third.
Yeah, that's one of the books I would love to get this year. I just think probably I'm not going to be able to afford anything more than a second print.
I was also buying one. It had a little tear in the back. I didn't even care. I was just buying them.
Yeah.
So I was like, I didn't care if it had a tear. I wasn't looking for the highest grades. I was just buying them when I could, because I was the one with the tear in the back. I think I bought it for $200. But
Yeah, I would love to actually find a really nice copy of the Pacelli variant because I like that cover. I know it's the lesser of the, of all of the 5 that you could get or whatever, but to get into the book, I would be happy to get that book.
yeah,
And I really wish I would have pulled the trigger like 6 months ago because they were kind of hovering around 90 to $110, and now
Yeah.
they're like
You,
150 to
do you know who?
175.
Every time I went to the flea market, Will had one, so I kept buying him off of him. He had a first print, a second print. I was like, Willie, you got another Ultimate Fallout? He's like, all right, I think I'm gonna hang on to them now. I was like, you should be. I was like, I'll gladly buy every one you have, but you should be holding on to them.
What were you paying?
I bought the one with the little tear in the back. I gave him 200 for that,
Okay.
and I think I gave him at the time. I think I gave him 250 for the first one, but that was way before that. Like that was when I
Did,
first started going to that flea market. That one was
had
probably
you
bad.
had you gotten one like new like off the rack
No,
when they came
no.
out?
The
Okay.
first one I got in a collection ever, and that one was a poly bag. I got that one, and that one I never opened it, so I really don't even know what it's like in the bag. Because I didn't know then that you might as well just tear it out and look at it because they're gonna do it anyway.
I can't remember. Jimmy and I were at a shop like in 2010, so I would have been long out of collecting. I distinctly remember, Jim, you and I were at a shop and hearing the kind of the guy who was working the counter talking about this Miles Morales
Oh, there was
Spider-Man.
some anger about it.
Yeah,
There was
and
nobody was
and
happy. Like,
I
what do
mean,
you?
I distinctly remember that. I can't remember 2010, Jim. There wouldn't have been any iteration of Comics and More at that point, right? 2010.
Because I remember the first Ultimate Fallout 4 I
I don't think
bought.
they would have been called Comics and More anymore.
The first one I got, I bought for like $20 when it first came out. That one was and then I got the two others. Then what's the one with his mask up? That's second print, right?
That's second print
Yeah,
Pacelli variant.
that's
Yeah,
the.
so
I have one of those.
first print's his face behind the
Yeah,
thing.
and then he's
Second
standing in
print
front
is
of
his
it.
face in front of the thing, and then second print variant is the Pacelli, and then obviously the Djevik is the
Yeah,
is
nobody
the
has that one.
ghost. So it's
I
really cool when those ghost variants though are a really cool cover, and that cover is really cool. Just like the
Yeah,
Filoni cover is really
the
cool.
Filoni
Of
that the first not the Gwen's, the Spider Gwen.
yes, in
Her
the
alternate is nice.
Spider-Verse,
That
yeah,
one's really cool.
Is it Greg Land or something
I
like
think
that?
so. Yeah.
And your Afro variant
The
is such a cool
Larocas, I love
cover.
those
Yeah.
covers.
Even though she's on the cover of
Yeah, but Darth Vader's on it too now. So, because
right,
it's almost like a variation on the Luke Skywalker thing where she's
yeah,
like
yeah,
hanging on a cliff. Not a
yeah.
cliff,
So
but it's like electronic thing.
such a cool book.
It's a cool book. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, I
gentlemen,
benefited from having a clear um a clear head on like I had a plan of attack on getting first appearances like 10 years ago. So like I said, I benefited from that. It's not a flex. I lucked out.
yeah, I think I'm benefiting from just basically paying attention and being willing to dig a little bit more than other people.
Yeah.
I was telling Jimmy Dolph that so that shop that I bought all those books at, the Peacemaker included yesterday, um, this fellow told me, he's like, oh yeah, a couple months ago a guy spent $900 on books and said, you got some really good stuff in here. And I was like, and all day yesterday all I was thinking was like, what did
What
that
did he
dude
get?
get? Like,
He probably
what
got some really
what
nice
did
stuff.
that dude
Because
get?
of what you got for 100 and whatever, I can't imagine what he got for
$120.
9. That's crazy.
Yeah,
I
I
just
mean,
feel like in this area it's tough. Like you're in a perfect spot where there's not a whole lot of you guys around. Where I feel like there's a lot of competition in this area, and there's just no collections. Guys literally have signs on the side of the road like saying buying comics, buying comics. Like,
yeah, there's signs like that over here too. I just don't
is there?
know, I don't know if I look at some of the people who I know are in this area that are buying comics, I have a really good feeling that they are shysters, like that they,
Oh, same with this guy with the sign. I mean, I can't
like
imagine him giving.
there's one fella who on Facebook Marketplace always acts as though like he's going out of business, like that. Kind of the way he puts it is like selling all my inventory or whatever, and then the next weekend, or he's got two ads running concurrently, like buying collections, always buying collections. It's the same dude. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? Like, so he's like he's positioning himself in the one ad as though, as though he's a seller, and then in the other ad as though he's a buyer. So
Hmm.
um, I think those people are going to try and rob people blind, and that's just not what I'm. There's so much money to still be made by still being fair to people,
Sure.
and if you just really assess what time it's going to take you and your ability to sell through the inventory.
That's kind of
um,
how I've made my way. Just mutual respect is the best way to do it, because not only that, they'll tell a friend, and that's how
yeah,
that works. Then you started a little like a little group of people that are all like, I know a guy, he'll treat you right, you know. That's how I landed these, Richard. I tell him how it is, and I'll work hard for him, and I'll get him the best deal I can get him. At least that's what my goal is. He knows it.
yeah, I think treating people fairly. I don't believe in karma, but certainly treating people fairly helps you out. You
You know,
treat
I
people
just had
kind.
this conversation with somebody I work with that uh, I'm not sure I believe in karma either, but I know that when you put good stuff out in the world, it does come back to you. Whether you call that
Yeah,
karma or not, I just think that you live a certain way, and it is beneficial.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
It's been pretty interesting to see too. Now that I'm turning this over to a business, obviously I have to, I need to build that nest egg so I can afford to buy some of the collections when they come across. But it's interesting to see how quickly I am making connections now, which is really exciting. Even my business banker that I'm meeting with tomorrow, he's doing magic cards. He's got two other customers. One of them is making a lot of money with sports cards. And one of them is doing full-time Pokemon cards, and they're both doing really well. The sports card guy is doing really well. Like,
I'm struggling with sports cards. I honestly, it is so contingent on how that player does,
yeah,
and like I benefited greatly when Otani was hurt because I bought a lot of Otani rookies at very little value.
mhm,
But at the same time, like, I'm invested in some Trout stuff, and Trout hasn't played in 2 years,
yeah,
and his rookie's dropping, and I literally spent $400 more than I should have for a Trout rookie that just has no value now. It's like crazy.
well, I mean, it's certainly got value, but I know what you're saying.
But
Um, yeah, the ebbs and
so
flows are
now,
so
yeah, but
huge.
listen, we're in a strike. Trout may not play again,
Yeah,
so he lost another year. I
yeah,
mean, so it's like, the guy who's like the surefire Hall of Famer hasn't played in what, 3 years now. He hasn't
yeah.
even swung a bat. Like,
You know what, to me, sports cards are like? Sports cards are like everybody aside from Tom Brady, everybody is freaking Mephisto's first appearance, right?
yeah,
Like they
yeah.
go like this, and then they come like the oscillations are so wild that
I feel like sports cards, I'm more like Jimmy than I am like me with comics. Like, I'll buy Don Mattingly. Don Mattingly has no value, but I'm always a Don
he does
Mattingly
right
fan.
here.
So yeah,
He does right here.
I mean, I'll always buy Don Mattingly rookies because he's my boy. And like,
Yeah,
so then it's more like I'm just buying what I like and not really buying for value. And then I do, like, you see my videos. I love Jose Canseco. I always buy his shit. It's valueless. It's crap. Nobody wants it. And I have like friends of mine. They text me like, "Look at this! I just saw an article about Canseco rookie cards." I'm like, I'll buy them all day long. I love them.
yeah.
Like,
People still love. I mean, that '86 Don Ross. People love that '86 Don Ross.
yeah, I still have a box of wax that you could probably still see it. It's
Yeah.
right. right there.
Yeah, it's
86 Don
really
Russ.
it's really interesting to me. The wax box prices are still what's bonkers to me
Oh, they're
because
not going down. They're going up and up. And not only that, like the supply is getting less and less. So,
it's
just
just
think about it. Like
crazy. Like you've
this
done
this
videos about
box
this.
right here, that box I bought for $300.
What is that box?
That is a 1989-90 basketball.
Oh, okay.
I bought that for $300. That box is worth $1,200 now.
89.90.
It's just got Jordan's third year. Literally, if you get a 10, it's worth like $1,000.
Oh, it's
It's the white
80.
one. It's the
Yeah.
I got a
No, I
bunch
know
of
which one you're talking about. That's 88, 89,
no
right?
80. It's this. It's that year.
Oh, really?
Jordan's third year.
That's a $1,200. Why? There's no subsets or anything in
It's
there.
not even. It's Pippen's second year. Stockton's second year. There's nobody in it. It's pre Gary Payton, pre Sean Kemp. Like it's in the
No,
middle there.
that doesn't make any sense to me.
Or do I have it wrong?
No, you have it wrong. That's got to be
That's this one, the yellow one.
yeah, that's got to be
That one is the year before. That's
yeah,
the one.
that's the Pippen rookie and Stockton rookie. Right?
No, I don't have. That's the year after that because that box that box is like $3,000.
Freaking crazy. Freaking crazy.
Yeah, that box is $3,000. Listen, the 86s are $200,000 a wax box.
That's freaking crazy.
But we've talked about it though. You're guaranteed 2 Jordans in each one, on top of all the other rookies.
And you're guaranteed one of them's going to have 80-20 centering. And
Possible, definitely possible.
like you always say, and like I say, this dude can't break his leg, and I can see exactly what the shape, see exactly what I'm buying.
Comics are a lot more predictable than sports cards for sure. I mean, can you imagine some guy in a heritage auction just spent $800,000 on a Zion Williams rookie, and his fat ass can't even get on the court because he's terrible. He's Greg Oden all over again. Like he's a big fat lazy loser. I mean, he sucks. The guy's like, he sucks. He's gonna be out of basketball in 2 years, and some guy just bought his rookie for $500,000.
Yeah, that stuff is bonkers to me. Just straight bonkers. Like the Chris Sewell, I love his baseball card collector, investor, dealer, in that order.
Yeah, I love
He
him.
did one on the biggest price drops of cards, I think in the previous 12 months or something like that.
Gotta
were
be
sold
like
for Heritage.
Luca. Luca's dying.
Yeah, and some of them were incredible. Like
Basketball's taking.
Jim, you want to feel good about you want to cushion any blows about like buying a comic for $20 and then they've been worth $5.
Yeah.
Listen to this video of people spending $250,000 on these 8 basketball cards, and now they're worth like $30,000. It's like, oh my god, you lost an entire house.
Oh, when you listen to like what Jordan rookies were going on during the peak and what they are now,
just a year and a half ago,
it is crazy. Like some guy almost spent $1 million on a Jordan rookie that's worth maybe $300,000 now. It's sad. It was gonna course correct, of course.
it's just that's the idea. Like,
I mean, what kind of sports cards are really worth it? Like in the long haul,
Babe Ruth, Jackie
Yeah.
Robinson, like those
like
guys.
the classics.
Yeah, definitely. High grade vintage megastars. Ty Cobb, Cy Young, obviously the Honus Wagner, but you got, Ted Williams, Joe DiMaggio, Mickey Mantle. Like, you can't go wrong with those guys.
Yes,
Roberto
especially-
Clemente.
especially if their rookies were like short print rookies too,
Yeah.
and then you get them in a higher grade.
That's why I went hard on those 2 The Mike Ditka rookie is perfect, and the Fran Tarkington rookie is also really good. And I have a Jim Brown second year that's beautiful.
Are you going to send them the SCG, or is that what it is?
So
SCG or
so that's the thing. It's like, yeah, I could get them actually graded sometime soon, but if I'm not putting them in a PSA holder, I'm getting 80% of their potential value.
yeah?
In an
I know
SGC
they were
case.
saying. I know that again, Chris Soule. I love that guy's videos. He was just saying about how is it SCG? Is it
SGC,
SGC? About
Sports
how
Grading
for
Company.
vintage cards they're getting really respected for the vintage
That
stuff
was
now.
their thing, because they had a
Yeah,
green sticker. They were very known for like their tobacco cards. Like they were known for vintage.
yeah. Just
There's a lot of people with the
wonder.
black slabs on vintage cards.
Yeah, just wondering if it's worth it for you to look at that in those
Oh,
in
it's definitely worth it, just to, because they're 90 days now. 90 days for, like, I think it's $24 a card.
right, right.
I mean, right now PSA hasn't opened up bulk, so it's $150 a card now for PSA.
Jim, that grading service, regardless of whether the card is worth $6 or whatever, I forget what the next
Yeah.
tier is, but it's $150 to grade each
Yeah.
card,
Even if it
and
was
it's
a common
and it's
card, it's
still what
150
like
bucks.
7 or 8 months or whatever.
More than that. I think
It's
it's
freaking
yeah. I thought it's like
crazy.
19. I thought it was like 19. I thought it was like 16 months, something like that.
That grading fee is more than I spent on those 7 comics yesterday.
Mhm.
It's $30 more. It's more than the comics I bought, the gas I spent, the soda I got, and the parking ticket I got for not remembering to feed the meter and in the town I bought these at. It's
But
still
I think
more.
they're doing it so people are only submitting the ones they really want submitted while they take care of their backlog. So they are
I
going to open it up again to the lower tier, the bulk
I I,
submissions.
I get it, but it's
But the
it's
bulk
just
submissions will never be as low as they were back in the day, because they used to be like $5 a card and submit 50 card minimums, and people were just getting stacks of cards graded. Now it's going to be triple that, 50 card minimum. Then you're looking at like $20 a card, 50 card minimum, which
yeah,
is crazy money.
yeah. No, it's crazy.
Because I was looking at giving them a stack of, because I have like first edition Pokemon cards here. I don't think I could submit those anytime soon. There's too much money.
I mean, that's way too much money. I mean, it's like let's think about it from this point of view, right? So we were talking about um, somebody. Um, I guess I was watching Broads and Modern Gods the other day, and they were talking about Star Wars books, the same kind of thing you and Chris were talking about, and making an investment in like High Republic, right? The way I look at it is, it's a book that comes out once a month. That's $3.99. So a year worth of that comic is only going to cost me $4 times 12, $48. $48. Like I could subscribe to all three High Republic titles for an entire year and not spend $150
Mm-hmm.
and have 36 issues with potentially 36 or more first appearances in it as an investment versus like grading one card that if you misgraded your own, misdiagnosed your own card, and you think it's a 9, it could come back a 6. You just not only did you lose the $150, your card is essentially
Yeah.
worthless too.
I made some mistakes early on getting cards graded. I sent this Tom Seaver second card. I swore it was like an 8, came back a 5. I was like, I obviously don't know what I'm doing.
Is it because of centering
It was
or
because of centering. I didn't know it was going to get banged that hard for centering, but
yeah?
I thought, yeah, I have a Jordan that I sent in. It came back an 8, but it came back an 8 stained, which meant that the back was off color. So, I mean, that basically, because it's got a sub comment, it drops it 2 grades, so it's really a 6. Even though it is an 8, it says it's stained, so it's a 6, technically.
What was it? The second year?
Jordan's
87,
second year.
88?
I mean, it's still a $600 card, but I bought it for $50.
It was probably the gum.
It could be the gum, but I think it's yellow. It's not oil.
Um, okay.
I think it was just dirty. I don't know.
Because I think there was gum in those Fleer packs.
Probably. Well, I don't know. Fleer doesn't do gum. Fleer does stickers. But the stickers have their own problems.
Oh, right, right. Well, there was something with that because I watched an unboxing. Was it the wax seal that was
It's
on
the wax.
stained
The
with
wax
the
seal
sticker?
ruins the stickers, which is the first card under the wax.
Right.
That's why it's. But there's ways to get that off without ruining the card. I think you use pantyhose to get the wax off. Pantyhose and an iron will do it. I think.
Nothing says professional basketball cards like
Like
pantyhose and an iron.
pantyhose. Yeah, true. I don't know. All
Well,
right.
bro, this time next week we'll know whether this is a hand delivery. Do you want me to hand deliver this to you then
Sure.
if you win
If I
this?
win it, sure.
I don't know that you want to go that high though. So, but
I
Um,
mean, yeah. I think where I'm at. I think if it goes past me, lift off. Like I'll just watch it go to the moon.
I'm excited. I can't tell you how excited I am about that.
It's a great book. I love the cover too. I love that cover.
Oh, I love
Even
the
though it's
cover
not
too,
his
yeah.
first appearance, I love that cover. But
The
first
only thing I
appearance-
don't like about that cover is the playing with the size of him, I guess.
What do you mean, Jim?
I don't like I love the planes behind him and the tanks behind him, the rocket behind him, but there's one plane in front of his right leg that makes him look like he's like 50 feet tall.
That is true. This one is in front of his leg.
he's gigantic.
That's a Nate Johnson situation right there, Jim.
Yeah, it's just
That's true. That is really funny.
Is that his name, Nate Johnson?
it just makes me think that
Yeah,
he's like
yeah.
he's a monster, like he's like Ant-Man or Giant Man, you know?
Giant man, yeah.
He is a monster. That's another.
You know what?
one.
My favorite
That's
part
actually
is
that is
my
another
favorite
book
part
that
is
I
how
need to get
red
graded.
this is, and then this Jim. This is just a halftone pattern. The blue background is just a halftone pattern. I think that's my favorite part.
That
Because to be perfectly honest, though, if I saw this book when I went on Saturday, and because I knew it looked familiar, but it has the collector's edition on there, and so in my brain it was like this was a reprint.
you thought it was
and
a
it
reprint.
wasn't until I got home that I was like, oh, maybe I'll double check that book. And I was like, oh my god, that was that was the
That's
that
the
was
one.
the real one, and that's when I like immediately messaged the fellow on Facebook on Messenger and said, are you open Monday or Tuesday? And thankfully he was not open Monday or Tuesday. He just made an appointment for me, so he said I can set up an appointment. I'll meet you down at the shop. So
Nice.
Dolph, you would probably spend $1,000 no problem at that place.
Give me his address. I will.
Just taking your time going through each and every book, because like I think you would have.
What kind of shop is it though? Is it like old long boxes? Is it hard to
No,
navigate?
no,
or...
it's not a comic shop. It's
Huh.
like a vintage shop. Like there's toys, there's records,
Oh.
there's magazines. He actually had a couple of those Hulk magazines, but he didn't have the one that I got. They were a little rougher condition. He had a bunch of the Treasury editions. He actually has the Muhammad Ali Superman, but it was dinged up a little bit. Because if it wasn't dinged up, I would have been all over that.
You should have still been all over that. That's
Yeah.
a great one.
He had some of the stuff that was marked high. It was interesting. As soon as I went
I
in,
wouldn't imagine that he could not by the prices that you were getting stuff at. I wouldn't think he was high on anything.
I think and I've run into this a couple times. These seem to be fellas who had Overstreet books from price stuff like 4 or 5 years ago.
That's what Mario is doing at RC. That's how he got the TMNTs for $2, and we did well there.
It was just like that's what happened. It was like the Overstreet, like 5 or 6 years ago. Some of the books, some of your Silver Age books are actually higher priced at that point in time for your kind of run filler books.
Yeah.
And then, so for instance, when I walked in there, it's got kind of toys out all over the place, and I saw this little comic set up there, right? And instantly on the wall was that Jimmy Olsen book, the first Dark Side. He had it in a bag and board with a thumbtack through
Oh
the
God.
board stapled to the wall.
Yeah.
He had, for instance, he had TMNT 1 Adventures, the Bebop Rocksteady, but he had it on the wall for $107, and I was like,
It's an odd price.
that's
Newsstand?
what, huh?
Not newsstand. Newsstand.
Not the
It
newsstand.
wasn't even newsstand. That's a lot. Yeah,
Like that's
weird.
probably full blown retail if it's really nice, and it was just kind of like a 758, so like
Mm.
so that their pricing was kind of all over the place, but he had that strange 169 for 90. Now he gives you a discount on everything, and I think you would have looked at it, me looking at it, not knowing enough about my low grade versus high grade. Me looking at it, I was just way too much money for me to take the risk, even though I think there's still meat on the bone at
Oh,
whatever,
definitely.
$82 or whatever it was.
I'm not afraid to buy even over retail if I think it has a future,
Yeah.
and that book has a future. So I think
So just
because it's that trickle down. People will won't be able to get 110, so they'll go to like that first one, and then they're gonna go to the origin, and then it's just a trickle down.
just to give you a for instance, he only has about 8 total long boxes in that place,
That's
and there
some
was
mega keys for just eight
oh,
boxes.
it was crazy. There was like nothing modern. That's the reason why I asked Jimmy about his God of Thunder, because I didn't have good reception inside. He had one God of Thunder was like issue 16, and I was pretty sure Jim had all those issues. Um, but it was he doesn't have much in the way of like anything post like 93 or 94. They were all older books. He actually is going to again, because I developed a nice rapport with him. He said there's a local collector who's got probably 100 plus long boxes and is selling books off. Is a huge Batman collector, but is selling other stuff off. And he said, "Let me know when you're in a position where you're ready to buy again, and I'll make an email introduction for you." So, who
Yeah,
knows?
cool. We're losing Jimmy.
Yeah. Well, I think we're losing all three of us.
Yeah. All right, boys. Once again,
Boy,
good video, good chat.
yeah, I could possibly have some good comics here next week
Cool.
if the people in California ever send this stuff out. I
Well,
have three books that I bought from people in California that are just sitting at the USPS Center in Los Angeles.
got you. You know what I'll do is I'll pull a shelf out, which will be like 50 books, and we'll pick a couple there, and I'll send them out to CGC.
Yeah, that might be what we have to do next week, because I have a feeling I'm not going to contribute much to weekly pulls here for a little while.
Yeah, no, I don't think I
So,
will either. I'm unless it's like something pops up in news and I don't even think, looking at my eBay, do I have anything coming still? I don't think I do. I didn't buy
Jimbo's the
any-
only one that's got stuff
Yeah,
in the mail,
no.
in transit.
I did get something. Where is it though? Oh, it's down there. I did get a Ultimate Fantastic 422, first Marvel Zombies. I have been buying.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I bought that one. A near mint copy. So I like that one because they've been doing a lot of zombie stuff. So I think that's a good buy. Great Magneto cover too.
That is a great cover.
It is a great cover. Yeah. Other than that, I haven't. That's it. That's the only one, and it's already here. So
Those are books that you both need to like. Jim, that's a book though. Like, you need to look out for those Ultimate Fantastic Fours, because they were nothing forever.
hmm
They're they're like West Coast Avengers books. Like, if you go to if
Yeah.
you go to
All
if you go to
right.
any of the flea markets out there, those are ones you definitely need to.
Here, baby.
I've never
Very
seen
good.
that one out in the wild. That one, but I paid $31 shipped.
That's good.
Yeah, it's a good price for it. It's a good copy too.
That and I'm telling everybody, like, well, everybody meaning like people like you two, just to look out for those She-Hulk books because all those She-Hulk books are popping. Like it's crazy. They're all going from like $3 to 10 to 15 to 20, and now there's like 5 books that are 50 or more dollars. I'd love to actually have one and 50, but
Hmm.
50 is pretty scarce.
The last
The
issue.
the final issue, yeah,
Yeah.
is pretty scarce. Um, I do love how it's an homage to the first one, just like it's like she's grown up a little bit. bit. They changed the way she's drawn just a smidge, so I really think that's a cool book.
Yeah.
Um, but
Yeah.
anywho,
All right, boys.
Godspeed.
Hey, gentlemen.
Good night. I'm going to bed.
Good night, Internet.
Yeah, I gotta wake up early and put out all the
Oh
bulk
no.
Thursday morning.
Nice.
So
All right. Night, everybody.
Good night. See you next Wednesday.
All right.
all right.
Bye.